Good evening and welcome to Year 7 of live streaming here on OrangeNationTV.com. My name is John Owens and I'm joined by Haran Hutchinson. Haran, man, isn't it great? Football season is back.
Football is back, John. We have Friday night football here, Saturday football all day, Pop Warner and college football.
Yes. I'm telling you what, tomorrow's like Sanford versus Colgate or something at 9 a.m. and I'm going to be there watching it. I will never see another Sanford football game all year, but I'll watch it until some of the other games start. But that's just who I am. And I think we have, Florida State, Miami or something? We have something tomorrow night.
That's going to be the good one.
There's a couple good ones.
Florida, Miami.
Florida, Miami. You're right. So
now, the best one, though, John, on this field right here at noon tomorrow, the 10U Norsemen will be dominating
there you go.
Point Loma.
Now, you get to see that up close and personal. You coach them up. Your son's on that team. So,
yes.
Yeah, very good. So we'll take just a quick break. We'll be back with some exciting action here at Valhalla. We have a little bit of a technical issue. All right, we got that problem fixed, I think, until the next problem. So Valhalla comes into this season opener. Unfortunately, it went winless last year. They are taking on a 5-7 team last year that put up thousands of yards of offense. Just early first blushes when we're looking at this matchup tonight. What are your thoughts, Hutch?
Honestly, John, I look at a UC quarterback who's put up huge numbers, getting recruited by Division I college football teams, but I also see a team that lost Division I wide receivers. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering how they reloaded. They have less than 30 guys on the roster, so it'll be interesting to see what you do with that elite quarterback and see what type of help he gets.
Now, that elite quarterback has one of the best names of any quarterback I've ever seen, Gunnar Gray. I'll tell you what, that is just like, I don't know, that's something out of a movie, Gunnar Gray.
Absolutely.
You know, if I would have named my kid Gunnar Gray, probably would have, just.
You had to make him a quarterback. So
you got to do it.
Give him the former Rinovich.
Absolutely. So we're getting a good look right there. Valhalla, the fighting Orange Nation, the Norsemen getting there ready to come onto the track, onto the field, and hopefully we'll get you some up-close and personal shots of the coin flip. The coin flip, we'll be sending that camera out there for the coin flip. And it should be a good time. Now, once again, Orange Nation TV is powered by students, part of the digital media TV and film program here at Valhalla. Started as just a club 7 years ago, but about 3 years ago, we got CTE funding, and here we are with all kinds of stuff. And here come the Norsemen. So we do have multiple cameras, but once again, this is, you talk about these guys being their first game tonight.
Yeah.
We have some guys here tonight. This is their first game streaming. Some of them first time they ever held a camera, touched a camera. Some have already shut their walkie-talkies off. So we're here navigating through those learning experiences. So on our wily veteran, third year as a producer, Jonathan Petrus is on the controls for the computer. We'll talk to him a little bit later, but we're about ready for that coin toss. But back to this, UC has a very small roster, about 30 people, I think, suited up here tonight.
Okay.
Those things can factor in. You got kids going both ways?
Kids are going to go both ways. Kids are going to get tired. Kids are going to get hit, and they're going to get hurt. I'm looking to see what happens with the new look Norseman. You return quarterback Luke Pillsbury, and you return Keegan Baker. So you're going to get big numbers out of your running back, and let's see what happened. You started your quarterback last year as a sophomore. He's got a year under his belt.
Yeah.
Still got another year in front of him, and let's see how he does.
That was really tough last year. Luke was thrust into a starting position as a sophomore. Mm-hmm. I don't care. The East County, the Grossmont School District, it's no joke playing football out here. This is a high-level high school football.
It is for real.
And, you take a sophomore in there, I really don't care who they are. They're gonna struggle, especially with a lot of new faces, new coaching staff, that kind of stuff. So year 2 for the Coach Caston, I see a lot brighter season for him.
I do, too. The numbers for the Norsemen look like they're good. They seem excited. You talk to kids on campus.
Yes, and we should be out there for the coin flip, but we're still on this. 1 second. All right, so you'll hear me do
Yes.
play-by-play and then talk to students and coach them up.
And then, you know what? And I'll be watching the football game.
Yeah, there's a nice shot there. Of course, UC in those kind of Columbia, Carolina blue with white helmets and white pants and shirts, and Valhalla in the vibrant orange and sparkling white. New uniforms tonight for the Norsemen, first time in a few years.
I like them.
I do, and you know what I most like about them? We already talked about this before the broadcast, but those numbers. If I can't see those numbers, then I really got problems.
Then you might need those glasses you were looking for.
That's right. So you get a Norseman out there. The coin has been flipped, and we'll see those results here in a second.
Oh, my God.
And we have a couple new VPs out there. We have Miss White and Mr. Reeder.
Mr. Reederer, for
Yes.
sure. New VPs to Valhalla High School. A lot of change on campus, John.
Yeah,
You know, the
tremendous change.
three new vice principals, programs changing, and, we're moving and shaking.
Well, it looks like, all
Valhalla deferred. UC's going to get the ball.
right.
We're kicking. Hey, this will be good to see how your defense stacks up against a D1 quarterback. The best way to keep a quarterback from making completing passes on you, John, is to put him on the ground.
Absolutely. You got to get that pressure on
Got
there.
to get at him. So let's see what the defense has in store.
And we'll get them set up here in a little bit. Once again, folks, we'll be covering all the home games this year. We have tonight's game, and then we take a couple weeks off. Valhalla hits the road for successive weeks, and then when we come back in September, I think homecoming actually is our first home game. Yeah, so we got some time to prepare. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to listen to Mr. Adam Pesdick's amazing marching Norseman here with the national anthem. So sit back and enjoy our country's beautiful national anthem. All right, the Norsemen marching band there. And I believe they have new uniforms. I think this is a year of renewal around here.
A year of renewal and change.
Exactly. So last year these two teams squared off. It was a 41-14 decision in favor of UC. Of course, different rosters, different players out there. So wipe that slate clean, but that was the score last year when these two teams squared off. I think probably I'll say the cliche for Valhalla, you obviously want a big stop right here, but you want a quick start. You want something that gives kids some faith that they can get this done.
Give something to give your crowd some faith that you can get stuff done. It was a long season last year, and you want to get people excited about what you're doing when you first walk out on the field.
All right, that team huddles up there. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty clear shot there. Hopefully you're enjoying that at home. Once again, we'll probably be a little slow to interact, if we interact at all, on social media here tonight, as we are just learning. You're actually watching a class being taught, and you didn't even know it. So if we have a shaky camera or something that confuses you, that's because we're all learning. We got two kids here tonight, Nate Polite and Jonathan, who have experience. Everybody else brand new, touching cameras for the first time. We're about ready to kick off the 2019 Norseman football campaign, and I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited.
Let's go. 21.
I'm so excited I'm coughing over here. This is great. Once again, UC in their road whites, and it looks like we got a Harrison Hansen back, number 15.
And number 21, Thomas Jones.
Okay, so Jones is the other. And we're just about ready to get underway.
All right, man. Friday Night Lights, John. The lights are on. They're gonna. The sun's going down, and this
beautiful evening. Nice, cool weather.
Friday night football, and it's not costing us a penny.
It's not. All right. Everybody's ready to go. We made sure that everything was squared away.
Yes.
Ball is on the tee.
And let's be honest, our campus needs a good showing here from this football team.
Absolutely. Okay. We're definitely ready here, I think.
The referee's not ready.
Are they radioing back to New York to make sure they're ready? Okay, we are underway, and that ball is going to be a short one, and Harrison takes it at the 15 up to the 20, and they'll bring him down at about the 22-yard line. Nice group tackle there by the Norsemen, and that's where UC will set up shop for the first drive of the season for them. Now, I'll tell you what, it's been quite a day around here at Valhalla. It started at 5:30 this morning for me with the KUSI Alarm Clock Pep Rally. I'll tell you what, that was perfect. Went off without a hitch. Odin's procession was amazing today. Those of you know anything about Valhalla, for 30-some-odd years, we've been doing our Odin's procession, welcoming those freshmen to Valhalla. Very special day around here, and we're here for the first snap. Two receivers to either side of Gray. Gray's going to roll to his right. He's got a receiver out there, short one, quick one, and it is a reception. And that is a reception there by Matthew Leising.
Really easy throw, good throw to get your quarterback out there. Got him on the move to get out of the pocket. He throws a short out, and he's right on target.
So Valhalla would like to keep him in that range there, just a couple yards here and there, and that'll bring up second down. Of course, UC, like so many schools, going right up to that line of scrimmage. Just run receiver to the top of your screen for Gray. And he'll go to him, and that is a reception. Had a lot of room over there, and
tons of room.
That'll be a first down for UC. They really gave him a big bunch of room over there.
Yeah.
And I believe that was Alejandro Skip Waltower.
That is number 7, Waltower. That is the player that just transferred from Grossmont High School over to UC.
So Waltower wasting no time to get his first reception. 2 for 2 for Gray here. First down for UC, and they're operating still in their own territory. But once again, this is maybe the momentum that they're looking for to get their offensive going.
For sure.
Gray's going to look a little deeper this time. It's received over across the middle. And nice reception and catch there by Caleb Chang.
Caleb Chang, again, it's a lot of room. They're going to come out and sling it because UC likes Gray, but the Norsemen need to close up and shut down some of the room between the DBs and the wide receivers.
And the Centurions move the chains, and they're up and at them right away. First down and 10. Let's again split those receivers to either side of Gray. Sorry, Hutch.
Single back still hasn't touched the ball yet.
And nice catch, a big catch to reach out for that. Not a huge gain necessarily, but Chang shows his athleticism, and they pick up about 6 yards on that reception.
Again, good throw, slightly off target, but Chang did a great job bailing him out. UC is not shy about stepping back and throwing. The Norsemen are going to have to, again, not play so deep with those corners, start to close out some of that space.
We're under 10 to go in the quarter, and they're just about into Norseman territory, and actually stopped short. Nice tackle there by number 6, Junior Gonzalez, and he had a little bit of help there for the Norsemen.
Absolutely. Junior Gonzalez, undersized defensive end, made a great play, tackled 24. If they can stop the run, you know, the drawback there is Gray's going to throw it more, but at some point you got to not let that guy beat you.
All right, third down for the Centurions. And they have about 5 yards. They got to get to the Valhalla 46-yard line to get that first down. And he's got pressure. He does get it off. He's got a man out there, and it is a completed pass. Big completion to Skip Waltower, the transfer.
Really good pressure by Laith Adnan coming from the linebacker spot. Receiver was wide open down the field. Gray didn't miss him.
Now that ball hung up there. He had a lot it seemed to wait there an eternity, but there was enough space around the receiver that was really no issue.
Tons of space for all the receivers.
So Norsemen are going to be forced to tighten up here now deep into their own side of things. Inside the 20-yard line, UC goes to work. First down 10, 8:48 opening quarter, opening drive, and they're going to go to the ground again. He's going to get a little more success this time, number 24 does. That is
Hezekiah Pavic.
You bet.
He did a good job running off the right side. I think the Norsemen have played the run fairly well so far. UC is going to lull you to sleep and throw, and then they're going to try to sneak one on you. The Norsemen have to be good to stopping that run at the line of scrimmage.
Second down here for UC. Two receivers to the right of Gray. And he'll throw off to the left, and he's got Skip out there again. And he breaks the tackle, and he's into the end zone, and the indication maybe he was out at the 1. Nope, they're going to give him a touchdown. So Skip Walltower brings in the reception for the touchdown, and UC gets on the board with about 7:55 to go in the opening quarter.
That was an easy pitch and catch. It was a 10-yard stop route. He went close ground on a corner, turned, corner, started to bail, caught it in front of him, made a miss, and he walked it into the end zone.
Well, I don't want to paint a negative picture here, but that was pretty workmanlike and fairly easy for UC to march right down the field in that opening drive.
You have to put more pressure on that quarterback and not give him that much time. He will pick you apart, and especially if you're not covering that well on the backside.
Well, and you really can't apply much pressure if you aren't getting slowing those receivers down in their routes. They're pretty much spotting up wherever it's kind of soft is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, they kind of had everything they wanted right there.
So they'll try to add the PAT.
I don't think Gray missed a shot that whole drive.
And Gunnar Gray also does the kicking, it looks like, for UC. So he can kick, he can throw, and it also gives you a nice little extra 2-point conversion option sometime if
for sure.
If you want to.
This is also a little dangerous for your stud quarterback to be kicking.
To be left in that.
Anybody rolls into his legs and their season's over.
And that kick is up, and it is good, and it is 7-0. The Centurions on top of the Norsemen, 7:54. UC, if you're joining us late, marched right down the field, and we're able to get 7.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Yep. Like I said, 15-minute quarters, and they were in no hurry, but they came right down, used the clock, and completed all their passes.
Positive is the Norsemen played the run well.
Yeah.
Played the run well. You don't let the quarterback out, but you can't let him play catch. That's a passing league offense, and if you let him just drop back there and play catch with his receivers, you're in trouble. That's what those guys do. They're not built to beat you up. They're built to throw it around you.
So back for Valhalla, we have Deshaun Pate, number 26 on the bottom of your screen, and I believe Keegan Baker would be the other gentleman back there for the Norsemen. So Baker and Pate looking to try to maybe create a little magic for Valhalla.
Well, this is one of those areas, too, of your team. If you're UC, because you don't have big numbers, you don't want to keep all your starters out here. So your weaker players are probably going to be on specials. Could be an opening here for the Norsemen to do something special.
So Valhalla looking to get their hands on it, and Gray kicks off for UC as well. And he just squibs this one into that second row. It is fielded by the Norsemen. They're going to get something out of it, a whole lot more.
Get it.
Up to the
Keep
50,
going.
across into Centurion territory, down to the 45-yard line of UC. I'll tell you what, that gamble did not pay off for UC. They made him pay. Nice job there. Very alert there by the Norsemen to be able to pick that up.
Number 10, Raymond Sanchez, did a great job. Not only did he receive the ball, he turned and ran real well. He did a great job getting it going.
So great opportunity for that offense that struggled last year. We'll see if they can cash in and get something positive here and answer back to UC.
Okay, here you go. Pillsbury's out. He's got 2 backs in the backfield.
He'll send the man in motion. And Pillsbury, we're going to get a flag, most likely on Valhalla, maybe a little illegal procedure here, somebody moving. And it is a dead ball foul against the Norsemen, so they'll move back 5 yards there. It'll be first down and 15.
Not a good way to start. Can't make those mistakes. I like the 2-back look, though, John. Split backs. Could do something interesting there.
Of course, we talk a lot about Keegan Baker's offensive and defensive production.
For sure.
But they're going to need some other people to step up and create some of that offensive firepower.
Absolutely. The one thing they missed last year was any significant play from the outside receivers. So we'll see what we can get from these guys this year.
Sanchez was the motion man. He goes out into the flat.
Got him.
Pillsbury throws underneath to Baker. Baker up to the 50. Actually, he'll
he's got room.
backtrack. He's got room
He's
off
got
to the
room.
left-hand side. Into Centurion territory. He'll be down to the 40-yard line. That got a lot of those yards back in a hurry. It should bring up a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 situation for the Norsemen.
Yeah, that was wide open. Pillsbury did a good job getting the ball off and getting Baker, and Baker did a great job turning and running once he got his hands on the ball.
So they place that ball right on the 40-yard line. Got to get to the 36 for a first down for the Norsemen, but nice turn of events there. Good effort by Keegan Baker. Clock ticks down to about 7 minutes to go, opening quarter. Valhalla on their first series, trying to answer down 7-0 to UC.
They're going to need to give UC a full dose of number 23 tonight.
Baker and Sanchez in the backfield. They'll go to Baker, first man through. He dips and dives, and he'll push that pile, and we'll see where they spot. We get a late flag.
Interested to see what the flag is here.
It could be face mask. It could be a lot of different things at that juncture where as the pile goes down.
It's pretty fascinating, actually.
White hat goes out, and it is face mask on
Good.
UC, so Valhalla will get their first down.
There we go.
You know, sometimes right at that end point, it's just that hand reaches up just by accident.
But you know what, John? As an old offensive line coach and offensive coordinator, those are the ones you stress, because if they throw that on your offensive lineman, I'm losing my mind.
Exactly.
I'm going to lose my mind on that one. So that was for sure the right call.
So first down for the Norsemen. They're deep into UC territory here on the 31-yard line, 31 and a half, 32. And good job here for Valhalla, moving those sticks any way they can. You got Sanchez and Baker in the backfield. Sanchez, they'll flip it out to him. See if he's got room. He's going to cut it up. He's got 5-6 yards. And nice gain there on first down. And that's something we didn't see a lot last year. Big positive yards on first down.
And I don't know where Raymond Sanchez came from, because he didn't get reps last year, and he's a senior right now. But he's got some quicks on him. He did a good job returning that kickoff, and that was a good job on the toss. It was not a clean start to the play. It was a kind of a fumbled pitch, but he did a great job once he got his hands on the ball.
So Pillsbury getting his steps in if he has a Fitbit in. He runs over to the coaches, gets that play, runs back out there.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll get him up here, second down for the Norsemen. Great crowd here tonight. I'll tell you what, the crowd supported this team all the way through the season last year. Valhalla, really good tradition of people coming out to games. Keegan Baker, ball on the ground. Pillsbury, I don't know if he swooped it back up, but it was really awkward. It's one of those read situations.
It's a read option. The quarterback held the ball too long, and he's got to really make the decision quicker to give that up. Baker's running. He's trying to take the ball, but Pillsbury tried to pull it.
Well, the good news, Valhalla will retain possession. Unfortunately, they burn it down there, so it'll be third down here for him. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this opening quarter.
You really have to rep that mesh with the quarterback and the running back if you're running that read option. I personally like to call it whenever you just call the fake.
Sure.
Make it easy. But you have to trust your quarterback to make the right call right there.
So Baker back with those two-back set. Receivers 2 to the right and 1 to the left for him. And they'll go back to the ground. This is Baker pushing ahead. Baker should have that first down. We'll look for an official indication. And they are moving that chains. First down for the Norsemen. Nice call there. Way to get right back on things and push.
You know what, John? This is going to be a good game. And I'm going to tell you why. They're going to play UC into getting tired. UC's going to wear down. Third quarter, they're going to be in trouble. The Valhalla's just got to keep moving, keep giving the ball to Baker. He can push the pile. Your guys up front aren't losing right now.
Nice shot of the huddle there, a rare huddle these days in football from our sideline cam. Good job, guys, down there. So we're back to first down. We'll go back to that wide shot. Maybe improve that headroom if we talk to our camera guy.
They got to keep punching them in the face, John.
Pillsbury looking to pass. He'll cut up into the pocket, and he'll be brought down. Looks like leading the charge for UC was number 50. He's a big guy bringing him down as I search the roster for number 50. And I find, right at the top, Aiden Anuskowitz.
All right.
How's that?
That's awesome.
It may not even be close.
You did a great job.
But it sounded pretty good.
Absolutely.
So you lose 5 yards almost there on the first down there. So it'll be second down, and Valhalla's in a little bit of a hole again.
They are. They'll probably come back with one of those screen passes. They'll do some other version of a screen. They're going to get Baker the ball in space, or they'll toss the 10.
Getting our transition there, getting you a couple different shots, hope not making you dizzy. Sanchez gets the ball on the pitch. He's on the outside. He's up to the original line of scrimmage. He'll spin for a few more, and that'll bring up third down, but they did get about 6-7 yards on that carry.
Okay, again, like him, man. Sanchez is doing a good job.
He's got good, quick feet.
He does. He can play.
Yep.
He can play. You can tell. You can tell, too, that you ever notice, like, when the first time you jump in the pool when it's cold and you kind of tip and toe on your way in? That's what the offense looks like.
Yep.
They're sticking their toes in the water, and you know what? They just jump in, man. Start punching.
I do know they had some real positive experiences in their last scrimmage against Scripps. I think
Yes.
it was a very close game, and they felt real good about it. And you're seeing some of that things. It definitely looks like there's more of a chemistry out there than we saw a year ago.
For sure.
So third down here for the Norsemen. Pillsbury one hands that snap. He's got a guy open across through the middle. Keegan Baker, he threaded the needle. I said he was open. In reality, there's a lot of effort to get him that ball.
And that was and honestly, that was a fantastic pass by Luke Pillsbury. He stood back there and waited. Listen, the offensive line did a great job. He had a full 6 seconds right there to throw the ball.
The confidence in the pocket there. He stood in there and threw. And
No, we're beating them on the line of scrimmage. And they don't, listen, the Norsemen haven't realized it yet, because right now all I do is go punch, 3 body blows, you're in the end zone. Don't do anything else. Beat them up. Those guys up front where you see will not last.
So big first down here for Valhalla. That ball inside the 10-yard line, down about the 5-yard line, I believe.
Hit him in the mouth.
They'll come back to Baker on the read, and he'll get to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half inch if they don't push him back too much. But back to Pillsbury. One of the risks, you always say you throw in a kid too early in the start, you can burn him out or whatever. But one of the benefits is this kid's a junior, has a whole year under his belt of playing, and he baptism by fire last year.
For sure, because typically that would be a junior coming in here for his first start.
Sure.
He's had a whole year of experience under his belt. He needs to be out here making plays.
So second down, knocking on the door. Valhalla looking sharp here. They've overcome some mistakes, a fumble that they recovered, a penalty. Really put in a good drive. We're about 1:20 to go, opening quarter. Both teams really using up that clock, too. No, Pillsbury on the keeper, and he'll get down to about the 2-3 yard line.
3-yard line. Keep going.
And so he was able to.
And that was I believe that one there was a called keep. He predetermined, and I think if he makes his mind up early, he's going to be fine. I don't want. It's not good for him making up his mind late. .46 seconds left in the quarter, John. This might be the last play of the quarter.
So on this third down, very critical one. They'll go to Baker, and Baker just lost his footing, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now, like you said, with 30 seconds left to go here in the quarter, you got to take the points here. I think early in the season, building confidence. I'm conservative on this. You're making a face like I'm an idiot.
No, not that you're an idiot. I just tend to be a greedy gambler.
Okay, all right.
And for me personally, if I can get away with not putting my kicker on the field, I'm a roll the dice.
Well,
that's just me. But I'm not head coach, and my name's not on the line.
I know.
So,
you're scratching. You got to get something down here. These kids are young. They're hungry. Their field goal's good.
Three's not good enough right now.
Okay,
man.
all right. Well,
what you've done, though, if you're the Norseman, you've kept Gunnar Gray on the sidelines. You get through the first quarter, Gunnar Gray has one drive. That's a win for the Norsemen.
I'm not real good at math, but it's almost even time of possession. Valhalla a little bit of edge, but not
probably
much.
For sure an edge. But you put the ball in the end zone, you get through that first quarter with the tie game, you were set to win this game.
Hey, let's go back. Let's throw it back here a little bit. If I told you one quarter we'd have 2 possessions, one from each team, and they're not running the wing tee,
I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I know.
Not knowing that you got teams lined up in spread sets.
Exactly, absolutely.
For sure.
And not just running read option, not just running the ball, but tossing the ball around the field.
Are.
We're going to take just a real quick break, about 10-second break. We'll be right back with the exciting second quarter action here live from Valhalla High School. All right, they're going to set it up here. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Once again, 4th down and goal for Valhalla. Trailing 7-0. First play, second quarter. Pillsbury back to pass. He'll throw out to the flat and just out of the reach. He had a guy, he had Baker out there, and he did not get into the end zone. So UC will actually, they did mark it a completed pass, I believe. So UC will start on about the 1 yard line, I think.
They did. Baker was open out of the backfield. Pillsbury just missed him. He threw the ball a little wide and low, and Baker had to adjust the catch, and he lost his footing. If he puts that in a position that he can catch and move, Baker probably gets in the end zone. Not a bad spot, though, to put Gunnar Gray because they like to throw. He's sitting on his 1 yard line. What you cannot do right now is give up a house shot for 99.
All right, so you mentioned
cannot do it.
Gunnar Gray back in there for his second possession. He completed all his passes. Once again, if you take all the returning starters in California, he has the 4th most yards in this entire state passing. Pretty impressive considering how big the state is. To go to the ground, short gain will bring up 2nd down for UC.
It's a good stop by the Norsemen. Again, they're not fooled by the running game, and they are winning on the line of scrimmage right now. So, again, in terms of mindset, you can tell they're kind of, soft-toeing everything, but if you're winning the line of scrimmage, use your big guys to win. Re-up your game plan to start playing physical football.
So we'll go a little wider on the shots, a little tight. We'll let that camera guy know, but the big weapon right now for UC could be at the bottom of the screen, number 7, Skip. Has had a big, Walltower's had a big night so far, and that's a big stop for the Norsemen, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
They are winning up front, John. Absolutely fantastically winning up front. It's beautiful football.
He's getting too tight. He has to have every member of the offense.
Now, that run right there, again, the Norseman D-line is giving it to UC. UC's got one kid limping off the field after he ran the ball. That's a starting receiver and a starting DB. Their numbers are going to affect them.
Once again, because I just want to appear smart, look for the bottom of your screen. If we can show it, if we can go wide, is number 7, Walltower. But they may try to go something inside.
Oh, look out.
And they'll go across the middle, and he's got a receiver, and he dropped the ball. And you know what? Hats off to defender for Valhalla, number 14, Giovanni Alejo, because he could have laid him out, and there would have been a flag. It would have been 1st down. He pulled up. That's good football right there.
That is good football because you're making them now have to punt from their 1 yard line.
Hunter Harrison was the intended receiver, and it just slipped out of his fingers. But
great defensive stand by the Norsemen.
All right, great job. Let's high five on that.
Again, John, they're winning the battle of the line of scrimmage. You got to use it and take advantage.
So Baker and Alejo, the young man we talked about, pulling up and not laying that guy out, will be back deep for Valhalla on this punt. Valhalla swaps some other new people in too. It looks like William Ribar in. He's a big D tackle there for Valhalla.
See, they're moving people around. They're trying to figure out what's going on. One guy went down, and it changes everything.
And Gray will get the punt off. It goes straight up into the night sky. And Baker will stay off of it. It takes Valhalla almost neutral bounce, and it'll go UC, and it'll stop there at about the 37-yard line.
There's a penalty flag on the kick, and it could either be an offsides or an illegal formation. If you're Valhalla and it's on UC, make them re-kick the ball. False start, make them kick it again.
So we'll see if they get some more pressure. Once again, the punter is Gray. He does pretty much everything back there.
He does.
With a roster of 30, 33, that's probably going to happen. So,
well, again, the Norsemen have a man on the field, number 23, in Keegan Baker right now, who looks like he's the fastest guy on the field. If you give them a chance to catch the ball coming out of the air, you got to give them a chance to get out into space. That UC team will wear down. They will wear down.
So they will re-punt again. We'd like to welcome Coach Jackson, our head basketball coach, watching here live on Orange Nation TV. Hopefully this evening finds you well watching Valhalla from home. 7-0 UC, but Valhalla's got UC pinned back deep into their own end zone. Gunnar Gray, the quarterback and punter and kicker and probably team captain, I would imagine, back there. And he's got to watch it that he doesn't step on that line and take a step back when he punts. And they barely get it off. This one's going to be considerably shorter. It goes out of bounds.
Oh, that's on the 20.
Oh, this is my favorite, where they walk down the sideline. Where did it go out? Oh, he's still going. So he goes to about.
He's walking back.
See the ball. He's walking back. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, I'm like, where's he going?
I think that's the 22, 23-yard line.
Yeah,
but he went all the way to the 33 to show us
10 yards off. That's not even okay.
Oh, boy. So Valhalla, another nice opportunity for them to get some points. Of course, they drove down the field, had a short, actually, possession off a short kickoff. But they got down, knocked on the door, couldn't get it in. But they have another opportunity here with 9:55 to go in the second quarter.
You got to just turn your lineman loose and start beating people on the ground.
Tilt up. He doesn't have enough headroom. You have to have the offense. I don't know if they're on their phone, not paying attention, or what. There we go. All right, so first down and 10. Luke Pillsbury back in at quarterback. Two backs with him, one of which is Keegan Baker. And they'll go to Keegan Baker. He's got a little bit of room up the middle. Got a lot of room.
That's it, man. You're winning the
and
line
he's still
of scrimmage.
going. Keegan Baker off to the races. Touchdown, Norseman.
Do it all night long, John. Punch him in the mouth.
That was a great play. I think everybody thought it was over, but Keegan Baker kept those legs churning. And a big turn of events for the Norseman.
He's the fastest guy on the field.
He is.
And if you were winning the lineup, the matchup on the line of scrimmage, just keep running right at them.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of hands on hips and white uniforms right now.
Oh, no, they won't last. They don't have the numbers to last. You got to lay into them. They want to get back and play a passing league game.
Sure.
You got to make them play Big Ten football.
Yep, exactly.
Play Big Ten football. And by the way, John, I like Big Ten football.
Yep. I've never really liked passing league, but that's because I coach O-line.
Yes.
They were never invited.
Yeah, passing league stinks, dude. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Those little soft helmets are kind of cool, though.
Oh, my God. Now they're mercenary coaches
They'll look like Heisman
players.
Trophy winners.
Well, passing league stinks unless you're a coach at Lincoln and you can recruit a squad.
There you go.
I said it.
And it's H. Hutchinson at UHSD.net.
Hey, man. Look, you can't roll in 9 new dudes in a year.
No, I know.
That's that is absolutely ridiculous.
I didn't read it, but the UT did an article on all the transfers. It seems kind of an epidemic this year.
Yeah, it was an epidemic that was really heavily loaded towards Lincoln High School.
All right, PAT underway. The kick is up, and it should be good. It is good. Valhalla ties it at 7 with 9:27 to go in the second quarter.
Hey, we got a football game.
Yep.
This is one you can win. This is one you need to win.
This is a different team we're watching.
Oh, it is.
It's fun.
It is. And they're playing different opponents.
Yeah.
They were outmatched a ton last year.
Well, we had to play Eastlake. We had all these really non-conference tough ones.
UC is nowhere close to Eastlake.
Yeah.
You know, Eastlake's over at Steel Canyon right there. I mean, and that's going to you got a match over here around the corner. But this is going to be a good one.
Once again, we hope you're enjoying this broadcast. First one of the year, OrangeNationTV.com, a student-run broadcast program in its 7th year, and we're really happy you're joining us. Once again, it is a classroom literally working right now on their homework. These students volunteer their Friday nights to do these games, so we will have some hiccups here and there as we learn. The next game will be even better, but this one's going pretty good, pretty solid. Jonathan, you're doing a great job running those the computer. Nathan, polite, running around, telling people what to do. I love it.
All right, John, you're second quarter, 9:27 to go to half. It's a 7-7 score. You know, even East County Sports underestimated the Norsemen on this one, so it's good to prove everybody wrong. Come out and get one.
I think Coach Casson, if you told him this is where he'd be at this juncture in the game, I think he would take it.
Absolutely.
Pretty good kickoff there. We'll be taking it about the 17-yard line. Off running here, number 4 for UC. Nice job there by Corey Bennett, but he's brought down by a bunch of Norsemen at about the 27-yard line. I like that spirit. I like that group tackle enthusiasm that you're seeing out there.
I do. And, John, I tell you, I've not seen anybody on UC right now that looks like they can run by all the Norsemen.
Sure.
Now, they had one big pass play earlier, but that was a breakdown on coverage. If the DBs stand up, and they're going to get tested right now, they better know they're going to see about 5 or 6 straight passes coming at them. Norsemen have to get in the backfield and hit Gray. Got to hit him.
So Gunnar Gray, number 9, quarterback. We talked a lot about him. Open set, nobody back there with him. And we'll see if he goes to work. 3 receivers to his right, 2 is to his left. He'll motion a guy into the backfield. And they will go
balls out.
And it looks like the Norsemen are on it. We'll look for an official indication, and there it is. The Norsemen, another one. They're working hard out there. Good job for the Norsemen, and great job by Edward Villasencio on the recovery there for the Norsemen.
Absolutely. Again, line of scrimmage, John. Norsemen are controlling the line of scrimmage. UC tried to get tricky with the handoff, moving the running back from the slot back, and he never got a good clean handoff for Gutter Gray.
So Valhalla setting up shop deep into the UC territory, and it will be a golden opportunity for Valhalla. Ball resting on about the 31-yard line, just a little inside the 31-yard line. Great opportunity. And Valhalla has a lot going. Obviously, the running game got him the touchdown, but we'll see what they change it up with.
Hit him in the mouth, John. Don't change anything. Do what you just did.
Sanchez and Keegan in the background, Baker in the backfield. Pillsbury with a slick sleight of hand. He unloads this one for the end zone. He's got a receiver out there. Does he bring it in?
He got it.
We'll see. There's a fight for
Ty
the ball.
goes to offense. Hey, Ty goes offense. Ty goes offense.
That should be a completed pass to the Norsemen, in my opinion, and if so,
Ty goes
Miles Tomlinson made a heck of an effort for Valhalla.
They're marking it right there.
And that is a completed pass
for
the Norsemen. Miles Tomlinson bringing that in. He's battling the Centurion, and Valhalla comes up to Victor. That ball will be out on about the 1-yard line.
On the 1-yard line. Great catch by Miles Tomlinson. Way to fight. The DB made a great break on the ball. Tomlinson fought to get it. Now, I'll tell you, his mother before the game was right up here and said he better catch the ball. So Miles, he got the call straight from his mama. When the ball's up there, you go get it. He went and got it.
She called that. She
did. He did it. Look, if I was him, I'd catch it too. She seemed kind of scary. You want to go home at night when your mama tell you to catch the ball.
That's right. Clock ticking under 8:30 now. Valhalla lining up.
Smash it in.
I'm going to guess Keegan Baker.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Smash it in. Run behind those big boys up front.
Snap to Pillsbury to Baker. Baker up the middle. Touchdown, Valhalla! I'll tell you what, man.
Hey, we got a punch from a UC kid over here. Hey, they're losing their composure already, John. They weren't expecting this. That's a good job by the Norsemen.
I'll tell you what. And no disrespect to last year's team, but I haven't got to do too many touchdown calls in over a year.
Man.
A little rough, yelling a little bit too much, probably scaring the children at home, but I'm excited. This team's fun.
Great job. They ran just a straight power play right there. The right guard pulled around the center, led Baker right up, and Baker's running hard. Again, they can't match the Norsemen up front right now. You have to keep banging it and taking advantage.
Junior Gonzalez back to try to make a 2-touchdown lead for them,
yes.
And they get it. It's 14-7 Valhalla. 8:11 second quarter. Look at this Orange Nation crowd.
Ooh.
It is excited and full. And I'll tell you what, this is some good feelings around here.
Now, you know what they call that feeling, John? It's called momentum.
It is.
That is called momentum. You got it right now. Use it. Now you got to go out here. You cannot break down on your defensive backside. They are going to come firing at the DBs again. They're going to. I'm predicting UC is going to abandon the running game fairly soon.
Okay.
They're going to just throw the rest of the way because they know that they can't win up front on the line of scrimmage. That's going to make Gray vulnerable. Valhalla's got to blitz and put some guys on him if you cannot cover those receivers straight up.
Now, that opening drive that UC had, they completed all their passes. They had a lot of room, a lot of space to do it.
A lot of space.
But you also wonder, too, when you get a little urgency, start, forcing passes. Exactly.
Well, when the anxiety gets up, when you stress people, the stressors make you make mistakes.
Exactly. So we'll see what you see. I'm sure they got a plan for this. They're probably not phased, just down touchdown.
Oh, no,
I'm excited.
For sure. But you know what? Old Uncle Mo, Uncle Mo makes a difference.
Yeah,
Uncle Mo makes a huge difference.
Nice shot there on that kickoff. That ball, though, it'll tip down the sideline. Will be out of bounds, unfortunately, penalty on Valhalla. I got excited. I look over. We had a nice close-up, just like you see on ESPN, of that football being kicked back to the wide shot. I'll tell you what, these are high school kids, man. They're not getting paid. They're working hard.
Your kids are doing a fantastic job on the broadcast so far.
Nice shot of the scoreboard. That flag there in the illuminated light. I'll tell you what, beautiful evening tonight. Probably, 60s, high 60s out there, cool breeze.
It's football weather, John. It literally is perfect. Yeah. It's perfect
Today
Friday night
football. Today was about as
football.
good of an Odin's Day that I've had in years. I mean, from the ASB, the taste of my coffee this morning to the way this football game's going, I'll tell you what,
John,
it's been a good
even
day.
the years when I was coaching over around the corner at the Rival, I love Odin's days.
Yeah.
And this has been a great Odin's Day. I think every Odin's Day is a fantastic day.
All right, Gunnar Gray going to try to lower our enthusiasm maybe if he gets a good offensive series here.
Keep rolling. Got to get some pressure on him, though.
He'll throw out to his right, and right there, he'll get about 6 yards. Nice job by the Norseman to tackle that guy on the spot. But once again, they gave him a little bit of room.
He's accurate short. He's probably, I'm not keeping stats right now, but I'm just assuming he's about 9 for 9 right now. He hasn't missed a shot.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the last kid dropped the ball last drive, so it might be 9 for 10. You got to either close your space on the receivers or shorten his time in the backfield.
That was Caleb Chang on the reception for the Centurions. They'll go to that split look again, 2 receivers to either side of Gunnar Gray. Lone back here on second down. Second down and 4. Gray goes to the air again. He's got Chang again. That's a first down. Now, the one thing I'm pretty sure you saw that Chang was there left as he just came in a little hook there. But if you look down the seam there, you had Corey Bennett.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if the safety saw him.
There's a lot of room in a lot of places in the secondary.
But that old 9 route right down the hash mark could be open. First down and 10 for UC.
I don't know what's worse though, John, if you give up the 9 or if you give up 9-5.
Oh, I think they're both painful in their own little way.
The other might be more.
You want
painful.
a knife or a paper cut?
Exactly.
And they'll go to the ground. Valhalla's got an answer for that though.
They have handled the run extremely well.
I think that was Hezekiah Pavic again on the carry, number 24, and he's had negative yards here tonight. I think he's
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, he's not in a positive.
So I'll bring up second down and about 13 yards here for UC. Once again, I see, we've all been tired, but you've seen a lot of hands on hips. That line to kind of saunters up to the ball.
But you got to send an extra. Bring a blitz. I would bring 21 off the slot from the side. You got to heat him up and make him throw faster than he wants.
Great.
That's good.
Out there to Wortman, wide open, and he is able to bring it in. He bobbled that, but he was able to control it. Once again, that skip Walltower.
Great pressure that time on the quarterback, and Walltower just walked and ran right by the DBs like they were standing still. Man.
Yeah, it seemed like he had forever.
Man.
That ball was up there forever. He was there forever, but he did bring it in. That'll be a big first down for UC up to the Valhalla 24-yard line. First down and 10 for University City.
Alan Kalasho did a really good job beating the left tackle and getting us up into the backfield. Let's see if he can do it again.
I'm going to tell you an observation as we sort out this penalty. If you look at UC's offensive line, if you go from left to right, it goes from not very big to really darn big on the far right.
Super darn big.
Yeah. At least one guy on the right's pretty big.
Oh,
that right
sure.
tackle. He's a pretty solid human being there.
Yeah.
That is Joshua Rogers, number 77, the right tackle for UC. He's arguably the biggest person maybe in East County right now. I'm kidding, but he is a very big guy.
It's a large kid.
I don't see any height or weight on him on this roster, but I would be curious.
That kid's 335.
Yeah.
He's about 335. Maybe 6'3". It's pretty tall.
All right, so that penalty is on UC. That'll back him up a little bit. First down here for the Centurions.
Got to get to him.
Gray rolls. He's got a guy underneath. Ooh. Incomplete pass. He was trying to get it to Corey Bennett. Now, Corey Bennett just couldn't bring it in. But number 4, like I said, he's not his number 1 target, but I've seen him open some open spots.
He runs those nice short out routes in the seam. He's been open every time. He was open on that play.
Yeah.
Ethan Furkish did a good job breaking through, forcing Gray to get rid of the ball. The Norsemen just got to get him to get rid of the ball earlier. That's just your DBs are a little outmatched, so you got to get pressure on the quarterback.
5:01 to go here in the first half of football. UC looking at a second down and about 15. Back to passes. Gunnar Gray's got Wortman out there. Wortman wide open, pushing foot down in the end zone. They'll say incomplete pass.
Oh, wow.
And they got lucky, the Valhalla did, because Wortman had about 2-3 steps, maybe a little push, but he was wide open.
They really like that matchup with Wortman against Ryan Perot.
And you know what? Walltower. Sorry, I keep calling him Wortman.
Yeah.
Walltower is a good-looking athlete, too. He just blew right by that DB and out-muscled.
Yeah, they gotta either help him or fix something over there. Because they're going to go back to that 4 or 5 more times a night.
Now, Ryan Perot is the guy that's matched up with him. Of course, Ryan playing on that CIF championship baseball game, so he's got, or baseball team rather. He's got some championship credentials, but this receiver matchup might be a little difficult right now. So third down, big down here.
Get to the quarterback. They can barely get their call in.
And they will call a timeout, I think. And that will be the first timeout of the night for either team. So 4:54. We'll take a break with them. Be right back here with more exciting football here on Orange Nation TV. All right, we're back here. UC staring down a 3rd down and 15 situation. They got to get down to Valhalla's 14-yard line for a first down. Look for Wortman. There, I did it again. Walltower. Skip Walltower, number 7,
Yes.
bottom of your screen. They've targeted him a lot for good reason. There's pressure to go to the screen underneath. The
Good
Waltman,
job.
and he dropped it. And that'll bring up 4th down. And we'll see what kind of decision they make here.
That was a great time to bring your all-out blitz. UC actually prepared for it well, but the pressure got there so quick he couldn't deliver the ball.
Can I tell you a weird thing real quick before I forget? So, of course, you go for it because even if you don't get it, this would still be Valhalla's worst starting position of the night.
For sure.
So 4th down here, 4th down and 15. They tried the screen. Now to go back to Wallman.
Heat him up
deep.
again, man. Heat him up again.
Walltower. I got to practice that name. Why do I say the wrong name? But Walltower
Gotta
does go
get
out.
to the quarterback.
He's staring down Walltower, and they leave him open, and he
drops it. There we go. You got your stop. That's
but
big.
not for trying. Walltower was targeted, and he was there with an opportunity to catch that ball.
And Gunnar Gray put it right on his hands.
Yeah.
He put it on him. That kid can play football.
I think everybody knew he was going to Walltower. I mean, there was no secret.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
For sure.
But the great news here, the Norsemen force the UC to a turnover. They'll get the ball with 4:40 to go, 3 timeouts.
You put the pressure on these guys now. If you score, they have to get out of their sense of comfort. If they're down 2 scores, they're going to be freaking out in a locker room at halftime, and it'll be a total meltdown on their part. You got to play them into the meltdown.
Because I doubt they expected to be down.
No, they didn't expect to be down at all.
Don't go anywhere at halftime. We're going to have a band performance and a dance performance. It's going to be a pretty exciting time. What a great opener. And I think we're going to get a little stop in the action right here off the bat. Valhalla maybe did they call a timeout here?
They might have. They were doing something, shifting linemen. I don't know if someone's out there finding a replacement. But the play clock was running down. It's better to call timeout and get set than to make a mistake and go backwards.
Had a great shot of Thor there with the Spirit flag in front of the student section. Great crowd here tonight. I think there's not a ton of seats available on the home side. UC looked like they traveled pretty well. It's a little bit of a drive for them.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes those people west of the 15 don't like to come out here, but they did find their way out here. When I moved here, Hutch, I saw a bumper sticker said that there is no life east of the 5 or something like that.
Oh,
and I'm like, what does that even mean? That was really obscene, All right, so UC trots out their defense. Valhalla with an opportunity up by a touchdown, 4:40 to go, second quarter.
Punch him in the face.
Luke Pillsbury in his second year starting for Valhalla, just a junior. They'll go to Keegan Baker. Keegan Baker with room off to the left-hand side. He punishes a couple runners across the 45, 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Norseman.
There it is. Punch him in the face.
It is the Keegan Baker show.
Absolutely.
He is the touchdown maker. And I'll tell you what, I think
That's a great run.
There's almost
That's
tears in my
run.
eyes. This is the antithesis of last season.
Oh, for sure.
We've seen more positive things in the first half than we did if you collected all those games. That is no shame on the players or coaches.
Absolutely.
This is a fun team to watch
Absolutely.
here tonight.
No, man. And look, when you win, again, and being a line guy, John, when you're winning the matchups in the trenches and you let your guys go to work, it pays.
You know what I'm thinking?
It pays.
Get out there, stop them, punch them around a little bit.
Punch them around.
Get that ball back, see what you can do.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm getting greedy here. But
because what you're going to do is every point you put on the board, you're drawing more and more energy out of that other team.
Yeah.
They start to lose hope. They start to lose their composure.
So 4:21 to go. Obviously, that series not lasting very long for Valhalla.
Nice.
Up 20-7, trying to make it 21-7. And that kick is up and good. 21-7. Valhalla on top. 4:21 to go. I hope somebody put that on score stream so people are watching saying, wow, we didn't expect that.
You know what? Let me check in since I have not seen that in a little while.
I'd be interested to see how Helix is doing with. I know that team that they got beat up by last year
from Utah
is not as good this year, but still, they don't just drop all their talent, I'm sure.
No.
So, probably a pretty fun game to watch, I'm guessing.
For sure.
A little bit of talent on that field.
Yeah. Look, they have Ely and Noah. Steel Canyon is up on Eastlake 14-6 second quarter. Valhalla, they have not updated the score yet. Saints is beating Bonita Vista 34-0 at half.
Okay.
Grossmont's up for first quarter. That game will end at midnight. And Helix is down 8-6 second quarter. Love the score stream app.
It is fun. Sometimes the comments by fans not always fun, but everything else is fun.
Stay away from the comments.
Yeah,
just like reading a news article online. Stay away from the comments.
Everybody's got an opinion, and everybody likes to post it on
Yes,
social.
crazy.
Yeah. All right, Valhalla getting to kick off here again to UC. Up 2 touchdowns. They'll scoop that one up. They're at the 30, across 35, and brought down. Actually, not quite down yet. Valhalla, though, nice team tackling. Love that effort here tonight. And on the return for UC was Thomas Jones. So UC getting a nice start here on the 40-yard line, though, with 4:12 to go, and I believe they have 2 timeouts in their pocket as well. I love the pace of this game. It's been very enjoyable. Allows me to get into shape a little bit broadcast-wise, if I ever do. I'm not sure, but both teams fun to watch here tonight. Valhalla, though, just that enthusiasm. I swear you can feel it coming in through the open windows.
Oh, you can. It's exciting. The parents are excited. The kids are playing.
And there is a mental
mistake.
mistake.
Them into the mistakes.
Yep. And
the stress, the pressure, the momentum will get to you. Absolutely, 100%.
That's good. Now what you don't want to do.
Don't give up an easy one.
Don't let Walltower wide open down the.
Do not leave it. The safety better cheat over on top of that
I
kid.
would just know where that kid is. I mean,
for sure.
Somebody else can hurt you, definitely, but that kid can really hurt you.
They've thrown short to everyone else. They're going deep to Walltower.
Yeah.
Roll your safety over the top of him. Let it look. At this point, you can let those guys catch those 6-yard passes. He can complete 25 6-yard passes, and you're going to win the game because it's going to take a long time.
4 minutes and 12 seconds here in the second quarter.
Heat him up. There you go.
With some pressure up the middle.
There you go. That's the difference.
And that will be complete, but it will be right to the line of scrimmage, rather. Second down and 15, and that defense is fired up.
It is. Ethan Furkich jumped off of that tackle and celebrating real big.
Now, if you're Gunnar Gray, you'd be like, man, I threw for 8 million yards last year. Come on, somebody help me out.
Well, if you're Gunnar Gray, you realize that one of those guys you were hitting all the time is playing in Division I college football. So, look, it's a big deal when you lose a Division I guy.
All right, so second down here for Gunnar Gray, and the UC Centurions trailing 21-7, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Get some pressure on that kid.
And he'll throw out, and that's a completed pass to his most common target, Skip Walltower.
Yep.
And that'll bring up third down for UC. They got a nice chunk of yards there, but they still have about 6 yards, 4 yards to go to get the first down?
Absolutely. Again, the quarterback there, Gunnar Gray, he's a fantastic-looking athlete. He's got a live arm. The ball's jumping off his hand. He's on target most of the time. He needs help.
Sure.
He's got one receiver they can trust. You can see he'll complete the rest of the others, but he's not throwing it to him downfield.
Third down pass here, forthcoming, and that
There
is
you go.
it could not develop because of the pressure by Valhalla. It'll bring up fourth down, 2:48 to go.
I love the fact that Coach Casson decided to turn up the heat, start bringing a blitz again, make the big guy get rid of the ball.
So, as we mentioned before, there's not much that Gunnar Gray doesn't do for UC. He'll punt here. I don't think they're going to be in a position to do anything crazy. But anyway, just something to look out for.
Absolutely, I would watch for the fake right now.
And they'll keep people up close. Baker actually going off the field, get a little breather before he gets some offense opportunities.
I would play straight defense right now. Yeah, they're going for it.
Okay. Bell checks in, I think, for Baker as he comes off. This will be fourth down.
Looking for the hitches. They throw those little hitches and little outs.
And they'll do a quick kick.
That's fine. Give the ball up.
And takes a Centurion big bounce down to about the 11, 10-yard line, and they'll be good not to touch that. And they did at the 9. So 2:35 for Valhalla. They'll have 2 timeouts.
It is more than enough time because it was only going to take you 3 handoffs to score. You give the ball. Don't reach.
And maybe 1.
Don't reach. Don't try to go deep. Don't do anything. Don't put Pillsbury in a bad position. Let your running backs and your linemen win this game.
And let us not forget Valhalla will receive.
For sure. Let them win. Let your linemen win the game.
Once again, thanks so much for joining us here on OrangeNationTV.com. We'll have the band performing, and we'll have dance performing at halftime. And make sure you set your reminders for future broadcasts. So we'll be broadcasting a lot of different sports this year, but every home football game will be right here on OrangeNationTV.com. Luke Pillsbury sends a man in motion, and it will over to Sanchez. Sanchez cuts up the field inside the 10, 15.
He's nice.
And he is nice, quick
He's
feet,
nice
little moves.
He's nice.
And that should be enough to move the chains. I think, well, no, they mark it just inside. I looked at the wrong angle, but he got about 8 yards, 9 yards on that carry. I like that Valhalla, they got 2 timeouts. You don't.
Yeah, they're not rushing.
They're not
rushing.
Looks
like they're taking their time.
I think they know where they're at. They know they have another possession coming out of the half. You don't want to leave anything on the field, but at the same time, you don't want to do something goofy either.
Mm-hmm.
So second down here for Valhalla and the Norsemen.
Caller.
Nick Shell, number 13 to the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers to the top, and they'll go back to the ground. Here's
Got it.
Baker again off to the right-hand side.
Nice.
First down and more.
Nice.
And he'll get pushed out of bounds.
Stop the clock. That stops the clock. Good. That stops the clock.
So that is something. Once again, there's a lot of things we've seen tonight we didn't see last year. But the running game, unfortunately, was never there last year.
Well, except for against El Cap.
Exactly. And that was Baker.
And that was Baker, and he has 300-yard game. He'll get 300 yards tonight. There's no reason for him not to get 300 yards tonight.
So first down for the Norsemen at the 30-yard line of UC. That clock is at 1:34. As we mentioned, 2 timeouts remaining for Valhalla. They've been very taking their time, which is great, very patient. We'll see if they ratchet it up here on first down. No need to. This one, though, UC spells out, and they'll bring up second down.
UC brought a little blitz there to get some pressure. That was the biggest defensive play that they've had so far this game.
Well, the other thing you're guarding against, too, is you don't want to give the ball back to UC at all because obviously they only need one play here and there to score as well.
Don't give them the ball back. Keep Gray on the sidelines.
So that clock now under 1:11 now to go. They'll probably snap this about 1 even, maybe even under. We'll see what Pillsbury does here. 2 backs for him. Ball looking at a second down and 10. And they'll drop the ball. He picks it back up, just tries to get something out of it, and he'll get about 2-yard loss, but it could have been a whole lot worse. That clock now under 50.
Let it run.
And I'm sure UC will call a timeout. They do. So with 47 seconds to go, that'll be third down for Valhalla. They'll have about 12 that they have to accomplish.
Oh, yeah. You run it. You run again. You make UC use their last timeout. The UC has 1 timeout. Yeah, make them use it because if you give them the ball, you don't want to give them the ball with timeouts. They'll have 35 seconds, 30 seconds after if you don't get a first down. Turn around and give the ball to Baker. Stop being tricky. Don't read it. Just give him a clean handoff. Give him a clean handoff. If you get the first down, it's awesome. If you don't, turn around and punt.
Now, we've had 2 miscues in the backfield. Fortunately, both those bounces took friendly ones right back to Valhalla.
For sure.
But those things happen. especially the first game of the season, but 21-7, you definitely want to take it. If nothing else, just take that 21-7 lead.
For sure, and you got to get cleaned up that exchange that's going on in the backfield. Because if you're playing a better team up front, you're not getting those balls back.
If you like volleyball, we'll be live streaming volleyball here in about a week or two. Valhalla, of course, big victory over Helix this past week. Valhalla will be traveling out to the desert to take place in the Nike Invite tournament out there.
Oh.
Coach Babington's got another great volleyball squad, always really good. And I'm sure this season will be no different for the Orange Nation volleyball squad there. So here on third down, Pillsbury's going to pass. He's going to unload one out there.
Where?
And there was nobody there. I'm not sure if that was a miscommunication, but unfortunately that clock stops, and that gives basically UC an extra timeout.
Yes, gives them an extra timeout.
Yep. Crowd not real thrilled with that, but they do like to score. We've got to keep it positive. 36 seconds UC will have to work with. And your punter tonight is Alex McClung. Just a junior is McClung. He was on the Orange Nation TV staff last year. So good to see him out there.
40 seconds. So what you want to do is...
And Wohltauer.
Do not let him touch the ball.
Back to
Kick that thing
Steve.
towards the sideline. It can be a low buzzer. Doesn't matter. Let it roll. Do not give him anything to catch.
They put a little bit of time back on. 40 seconds UC will have to work with.
Even if it goes 25 yards, make it 25 yards out of bounds.
And this is where we just insert every cliched possibility. But the reality is you have all the momentum. You can't give up that gut punch scorer here before half.
No, you cannot give them a chance to score at all.
McClung gets the ball off, floats up there. It'll bounce back UC's way.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Norsemen smartly get on it right there. So they'll start this possession with 30 seconds to go inside Valhalla territory, pretty much where they had the ball the last time they had possession, and they were out on turnover on downs last time around.
And I believe UC still has a timeout.
Yeah. I know. I'm 100% sure they do.
They are going to throw a bunch of outs, short and mid-range routes to the sideline, try to get themselves in the range. Anything you can do to give Gray one shot at the end zone before half.
Caleb Chang will line up to the top of your screen. He's been targeted about 3-4 times with some underneath stuff for UC. Of course, we talked quite a bit about Wohltauer. He'll be on the bottom of your screen. And they will put Bennett in the slot to the bottom. And you have a back in there as well for UC. Try to maybe give a little extra protection for Gunnar Gray. Gray with a little pressure.
There you go. There you go. Ball's out.
Fumbles out of bounds, but great job there by Keegan Baker to run him down. Excuse me, that is Leif Adnan.
Leif Adnan. That's the second time that they brought that blitz off the slot, and he got to the quarterback. Look, you keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. Gray's not throwing the ball when he's running from your linebacker.
Yeah, and especially rolling to your left, it's
For
really
sure.
difficult to get squared.
It's the best thing for your corners.
So 24.6 to go here in the second quarter, and that will be second down, and they lost 6 yards on that miscue, so they're back into their own territory.
Bring it again. Bring it again.
Slot this time for UC, if you're keeping track at home, is number 5, and that's Abdullah Sinjab. To the bottom of the screen.
Looks like Coach Cassens asked for clarification why he can't get a run off if the quarterback's throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a good one. That salty veteran leadership there,
For
knowledge
sure.
of the playbook, good one. Gray will roll to his right this time.
Somebody's got to get there.
He's going to throw back underneath. He's got Wortman, and there's a flag. There was a trip up, and Wohltauer is limping a little bit. He got caught up on the legs, but there was a flag before that, so I don't know if there was a push-off or what.
There is a flag
Well, good thing it's not the NFL where they mark it at the
Sure.
spot.
Let's hope it's not too serious.
And I do apologize to the Walltower family if you're watching, and I have butchered the name several times tonight.
And this is what happens when you have a small roster. Walltower's leaving the field, and you wonder where Gray's going to want to go with the ball.
Yeah, and he's probably wondering the same thing. 17 seconds for UC as they sort out this flag.
So the call is a defensive pass interference.
It is against Valhalla. Actually, no, it's offensive pass interference against UC. They'll mark it off against UC. That's a big turn of events.
They're marking it from the spot.
So maybe they're just marking from this. I got excited.
They're marking it from the spot.
Okay, got it. So they are going back against Valhalla. 17 seconds there.
Yes.
15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
So that will move the chains for UC, give them a new set of downs, but time is really the factor.
It's only 17 seconds.
Yeah, so time is the factor, as I was saying, and what's another big factor is Walltower not on the field, unless that little stop of action was able to get him back on. But he did go off. He is not on the field, and looks like in his position.
Is number 12.
No, that's Chang that they'll drop down here. And they'll target Chang, and that's a completed pass to the 21-yard line, 22-yard line out of bounds. So
12 seconds.
Yeah, it took about 5 seconds off for that play.
Got to make a tackle. Got to make a tackle. You make a tackle on a play, you take the time off. They have to burn their last time out, and then they have to make a choice for field goal or to go. Yep, there's their timeout.
Yeah.
They burned it.
Wow. That's
You know what, John? I think they were sitting over there waiting for Walltower to see if he's going to come back in and didn't know.
Enter 12.5, so you have to put in 13. So it'd be 0-0-1-3.
so there is some question on the clock. They'll probably add some time. Maybe UC gets this timeout back, I would imagine. So 12.5 will be the end result on the clock for Valhalla. And I'm not sure if UC gets that timeout back.
So they hammered it, so I guess not the time. I'm not sure. Well, you had 12 seconds. You don't have that much time,
No,
period.
no.
It's two plays no matter what.
Still no Walltower.
Just can't let him in the end zone.
Chang has been his second favorite target, but they'll roll away from him, and that's in and out of the hands, and probably no big deal really because you still have 6 seconds, and if you
6
caught that
seconds
in bounds,
left.
it's over. It
Yeah.
could be over.
So we're looking at the last play. I don't believe they're going to kick from here, John.
I don't think so either, and Walltower has his helmet off on the sideline, so I don't. Well, no, he puts it back on, and here comes Skip Walltower. There's not much exotic probably you're going to call here. Run deep, get
Oh
in the end
no,
zone,
they're
catch the ball.
going to try to throw it to number 7. I can tell you right now, John, if I'm Valhalla and Coach Casson going up, you game plan. You game plan 7 the rest of the way, and you hand the ball off and let your linemen go to work.
So there is a flag. And I'm telling you, the last 30 seconds of this quarter took about as long as the first quarter.
They have been waiting for 7 to come back on.
Yeah.
And it cost them a timeout, and it cost them 2 penalties because they couldn't figure out whether the one guy they want to go to is back on the field or not.
And he is Skip Walltower, bottom of your screen, number 7. And 6.6 to go. This could be the very last play of the half, most likely, and it is underneath. It's completed pass.
Got to make a tackle.
And he dropped the ball, and that will be the end of the half.
That's
Valhalla
halftime.
takes a 21-7
Take it on up.
advantage over UC. We'll take a break with them. We'll leave the mics open so you can enjoy the band. Did you have something you wanted to add, Hutch?
Receivers down, too, John.
Okay.
The physical aspect of the game is starting to lean in and weigh on UC just a little bit.
Was that Bennett, number 4?
I did not get a number on the receiver that went down.
Okay, but we'll check back on that. It is a halftime. We'll defer to our halftime entertainment. Make sure you keep it here on Orange Nation TV, and we'll be back.
Hey, let's hear it for Corey Bennett. Let's hope it's not too serious.
Alrighty, welcome to the Orange Nation halftime recap. I'm once again Nate Polite, and so far it's been a pretty good game. First half went a little bit like this. The Centurions jumped out on the board early, got up to a nice early 7-0 lead. And then the Norsemen were able to use a little bit of good field position after a poor punt from the Centurions a little bit later to tie the game up at 7 off of a 23-yard rush by Keegan Baker. Then I believe early in the second quarter, once again from the goal line, Keegan Baker ran it in for his second touchdown. And then later in the second quarter, Keegan Baker ran it for a 71-yard touchdown, an absolute beast of a run. And Keegan Baker's gone off tonight. He's had almost 100 yards on his touchdown runs alone. And it's been an absolutely great show. We've had some good passing. We've had some good running. The offense has been good. The defense has been good. This is a different Norseman team than we had last year, and it's great to see it.
All right, we're about ready to start that second half. Once again, 21-7 advantage for Valhalla over UC. A score, the game's not over by far, but this is definitely something most people probably would not have predicted.
No, not at all. And, I watched the Norsemen on film last week at their scrimmage, and there were some positives, but it was also some shakiness. It had some missed snaps, had some fumble balls. They came out today, and again, I thought that defensively they looked really shaky on the first drive. They got it together after the first drive. I think that first offensive drive, John, when they put that physical game together and they really pushed their way downfield, they played themselves into the confidence.
Yeah, and
and the big guys are leading it, which is awesome to watch.
And I hope that confidence continues. I know these young guys probably won a lot at Pop Warner and those things, but as somebody speaking from experience, as a player, I played on a lot of losing teams, and I remember when those things started to get better, even when you're ahead, you're like, is this the night? Is this the night we win? Can we win? Oh my gosh, 2 more quarters,
you have
2 more minutes. You're doubting everything. As a coach, unfortunately, that can creep into your head too. Like, oh, what's going to happen? You're waiting for the next bad thing to happen. So hopefully nothing bad happens, of course, but the reality is, that is, can you maintain that momentum coming out of halftime?
I say yes, and I'll tell you why, John. Because if you can line up and you don't have to stretch yourself, if you can turn around and hand the ball to the guy behind your quarterback, which should be a safe play to hand the ball off, if that guy can at any moment go to house the ball, you got to keep riding that.
Yeah.
Keep riding. If your guys up front are winning, you got to leave. Just let them win. Let them win.
So UC is going to come back on the field here in a little bit, doing something that a lot of East County schools I've never seen do, and they run back through a banner with their name on it. It's a very nice looking banner. But on the way, away from home, you run maybe back through that banner, makes you feel like you're at home. I don't know, but good for UC with that pomp and pageantry out there. Of course, unfortunately, we can't give you a shot of that. But anyway, so Valhalla gets the ball first. Obviously, if you're going to draw up the best case scenario.
Do you think they actually bust the banner?
No, I think it's got Velcro.
Is it tearaway? It might be tearaway because you don't want to make it one of those. Yeah. That's nice.
I wish we could get you a shot of that. Unfortunately, I think our camera person's still eating the hot dog for halftime there, but that's all right. We'll get you taken care of, folks at home. We're just minutes away from the second half kickoff. UC will be kicking off to Valhalla, and here comes UC through that banner. We did get you a shot of that banner we ask, and you do receive. So UC comes out very motivated. Now, we'll see. You talked about it. I talked about it. Small roster for UC. First game. Are you in shape? Are you beat up? You're a little banged up here and there. Obviously, Skip Walltower being a little shaken up there before the end of the second half, and there's a few other, and there was a receiver down that we didn't quite see the number. Hopefully he's able to return to play, but those things can play into that as well.
Well, you mentioned a few minutes ago that doubt. What's in your head? If you're UC, you had a good season last year. You had a good couple of seasons as a quarterback, Gunnar Gray, and now you don't have your security blanket. Your Division I receivers aren't here anymore. Can you now feel the same confidence if you don't have your studs outside?
Yeah.
And again, for a guy who's thrown for 6,000 yards, he might throw for 250 tonight.
Yeah.
But he's probably expecting to throw for 4 every night.
Exactly. All right, so the alarms have gone off with the Clock's down to 0. We're getting the new 15 set up for this third quarter. And once again, shout out to this wonderful student crew here tonight. Nathan Plight, who did a pregame and a halftime show. He's now going to direct the second half. Jonathan Putras directed the first half, did a good job. He's down on the sideline now. We have a couple other new rookies as well working on those cameras, getting that experience. Once again, if you understand, if you were a teenager once at home, you're going to give up your Friday and you're going to stand in front of behind a camera the entire night for 3-4 hours or longer. They're volunteering their time, and that is awesome. All right, back deep for Valhalla. We have Baker. And we have Pate back for Valhalla. Sorry, Fred Jenkins now back for actually, I'm looking at the wrong roster, and I do apologize for that. We have Deshaun Pate and Baker. I was right the first time. Should have just trusted my instinct.
So we're going to do some stopping?
All right, hey, Norseman, get the ball. You got to come out here and score. Again, you can stress them. You can end this thing now, I believe, if you score.
Yeah. Gray going to kick off. Yeah, when you have that 11 out on the field for UC, it does not leave very many guys on that sideline. The Max Preps roster says 33, but I don't think there's 33 on suited up here tonight. And
no, I don't think so
I could
either.
just count, but that would stretch my math skills. So I will just sit here and make educated or non-educated guesses.
I got 27 on my roster.
Okay.
On the roster that's sitting here, so that's pretty fascinating to me.
Officials scanning the field. It took us a while to kick off, I remember, when we started this game. Maybe second half we'll start with the same pace.
And John, I got to tell you, Gunnar Gray's a good quarterback, but he's your quarterback and your kicker everywhere too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that, and it just makes me kind of, squirm up a little bit.
But if we had a punt, pass, and kick, he'd be my first pick.
Oh, that probably would be true.
Correction, it's number 26, Deshaun Pate, back to receive.
So Valhalla has had excellent starting position for most of the night with their offenses, and we'll see if they can get a good return here. Now, UC has not been very aggressive kicking the ball deep against Valhalla. They've tried some shorter. Well,
they've tried to pop it up
exactly.
or squib it.
I should say they only had that one opportunity, so it's not like we have a huge bunch of stats to look at.
It's still running. Yeah, you got to stop. You got to stop it.
So we'll get things squared away and.
There we go. All right, clock is set. Kicker's ready. John, here we go, second half.
We did get one thumbs down on our live stream, Hutch. I think it may be a UC fan. Maybe. I don't know. So that ball will dribble right in front of Pate. Pate picks it up. He's across the 30, and he'll get up to about the 34, 35-yard line. Nice start here again for Valhalla.
We got a thumbs down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, a thumbs down?
Well, Nate theorized it could be his little brother.
Oh.
So.
Okay,
I would say there's thumbs down
sense.
on the score. I don't believe it's anything that we have done.
Come on.
I'll probably look now. There'll be like 6 thumbs down.
We're watching a good football game here tonight.
We're not a Justin Bieber video. We're quality entertainment.
You know what I'm saying. That's awesome.
There's another thumbs down. Okay, 21-7 is your score, as you can see right there on that beautiful screen in front of you. We'll see what Luke Pillsbury can do with the Norsemen here, take advantage, add to this lead. Keegan Baker's been the story offensively for Valhalla. He's run all over the place, had a 71-yard run, scoring one of the touchdowns. Of course, Luke Pillsbury's thrown some nice balls as well. They'll go to the ground with Sanchez, and he takes off like a missile. There's no doubt what he's going to do.
I like him. That two tailback set that they're running right there is actually highly effective. They're doing a great job on the ground.
I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to run full speed at people and just
Yes,
keep those
it
legs
does.
pumping. So I like this Raymond Sanchez. We're getting a look at him for the first time here tonight.
For sure. And again, for as a first down play, you get 6 yards on first down. That's all positive. There's nothing bad about that at all.
2nd down and 4. Once again, big positive gains on first down. It's really good for any team, no matter if they're veterans or not, but for young teams especially, keeping that positive mo going. Pillsbury this time gives to Baker, and that should be a good enough for a
There
first
we
down.
go.
He's across the 45-yard line up to the 46.
Big boys up front are grinding. I honestly, though, they got to do something to clean up that exchange. Where,
Yeah,
where
you're
Pillsbury's
right.
reading, he's making his read way too late, and Baker and him are almost dropping that ball on every exchange. They got to get that cleaned up.
Well, they're averaging a huge, obscene average on running the ball in this game.
For
so
sure.
you got to keep, well, obviously the 71-yard game
Well,
probably blows that average up.
and,
But
and what you do now is you keep running these plays, you get your first downs, and you bleed all the time off the clock. Anytime 9, Gunnar Gray is on the sideline over there throwing the football, it's good for you as a Norseman.
good look at that offensive line right there for Valhalla, who's done a stellar job, both run blocking and pass protecting here tonight. Baker off the right-hand side,
There
twists
you
off
go.
a defender,
There
first
it
down
is.
and more,
There it
across the
is.
40, across the 30,
He's gone.
across the 20,
Get him, Keegan.
10, and he'll be
Oh, he's still
on
going.
his feet into the end
There
zone.
we go.
Touchdown, Norseman!
Cash money, baby. Nice. Nice.
I'll tell you what,
He's going to
he
hit
is
3.
an exciting runner, and it takes a lot to bring him down.
He's going to hit 300 tonight, John. He's going to get 3.
27 now to 7, Valhalla, and I can tell you, a collective gasp across the away, and probably anybody that thought they knew anything about high school football.
He just ripped their hearts out right
He
there.
did.
He did. That was a closer. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Right now, there's maybe some people hitting the old Google Maps. What's the fastest way to get
Man.
on that freeway?
Yeah, maybe. And I got to tell you, man, Baker's playing he's highly motivated tonight.
He is.
He's getting it done. He's getting it done. Good for him.
He stopped by the room. Orange Nation TV was going to do a little pregame interview with him, but for some reason it did not happen. He took it. He had the game face on. He was fine.
Now, John, I hate to always name drop, but, we get to do this every once in a while. But King Baker's out here. We've only had a couple of kids over the last 20 years that have put up numbers like this.
Yeah.
You go back to a guy like Garen
Demery,
Demery,
yeah.
or even Rashad Brown, Nehemiah Brown, any other of the Brown brothers that
Exactly.
ran for all those yards.
Yep.
All of them. They were fantastic. But it's nice to see a running back putting in work out here. We haven't seen that since Jerome Johnson.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's been a few
You're bringing
years.
back some great names there in
Yes.
Valhalla history. That ball up, and that's going to be a little short. So
That
it'll
is
stay
gonna be
27-7. And I didn't catch that, Hutch. Was there a little celebration penalty?
Probably a seller. I didn't
Okay.
catch a penalty either.
Was there a throat slash? Or is that 10 years
I think
ago?
we were celebrating
Okay.
a run up here as well.
All right, so 27-7. Valhalla will take that lead. Of course, they would like to have gotten that PAT, but they'll be kicking it off to UC. Now, in all seriousness, 3-touchdown lead is great for Valhalla, but UC can close that gap if they get that offense going.
They can, and let's be honest, the Valhalla secondary has been spotty at times, but they did a great job closing out the end of the first half. Let's see what they could do now when Gunnar Gray steps on the field.
And you talk about that spottiness. If you didn't watch the first half, there was any number of times UC could have had a guy wide open or did have a guy wide open. They didn't get him the ball or whatever happened. So hopefully Valhalla can close up and shore up those holes, and we'll see what Gunnar Gray can do. Back deep for UC, and Valhalla about ready to kick off for him.
And again, John, I saw this early. You could wear these guys down.
Sure.
And they're wearing them down. And Baker's energy is just rising above everything else right now. It's
And
pretty
that student section has probably not had much to cheer about in the second half of a game in a calendar year.
in a long time.
Absolutely, and they will field that. And he's going to try to
bad
change
angle,
direction,
bad
get to the
angle.
outside. And he's run down. Beautiful job right there defensively for number 29 for the Norsemen. That's Matthew Jordan, who brought him down. And number 15 for the Centurions was the man, Harrison Hansen, on the return. But he basically had to run from sideline to sideline.
For sure.
So first down and 10 for UC.
Well, the Norsemen, again, they're announcing themselves out here a little bit tonight, too, aren't they, John?
They are. And I got to say, they're undefeated in these uniforms, Hutch. So
Yes.
Single back set for UC. Gunnar Gray off to his right to Bennett. Bennett brought
Great
back.
play. Get him.
And
Get
they
him.
do.
That's a
You know
short
what? Yeah,
game.
2-3 guys that keep him hemmed in there. Looked like he was going to get a couple extra
Oh,
yards.
there's a flag.
And that is one thing, though, I will say, and maybe these are some indications of it. You've been down for a while, you're up, and that's when some of the stupidest penalties in the world can ever happen.
And if you're up, you can't get those penalties.
No, you
And if
can't.
that penalty's on Valhalla, that's Valhalla's fault.
It was, what, a 2-yard gain? It's going to turn into, what,
Two
another
yard,
5?
2 yard gain. Late Adnan does a fantastic job making a play. We get a 15-yard penalty
15, I'm
against
sorry.
Valhalla, and yeah, you're winning. Can't get chippy.
Yeah, you can't.
Don't give free yards away.
Still a lot of time left. 9:53 to be exact here in the third quarter. First possession of the second half for UC.
Check your ego
Yeah,
to save the team.
yeah.
Check your ego for the team.
So it looks like there is a personal foul against Valhalla.
That's a big one because that puts them almost to
Yes.
midfield, gives them positive momentum a little bit here.
Well, I foresee them trying to take a shot right now, looking for number 7 down the left side of the field. And he's been open a lot tonight.
Wall tower to the bottom of your screen. Ball looks like they're going to bring pressure. They
That's
drop
illegal
back.
formation.
They'll go out to Wall tower.
Oh, they got him. Nice
Beautiful
play.
tackle there
Nice
by
play.
number 2, Ryan Perot. Ryan Perot stepping up.
Hey,
We talked about that.
Well, he had to. He was getting exposed a little bit early. That's a great play by Perot right there.
Now, fun little fact, if it's to be believed, I talked to our president of ASB, who's friends with Ryan Perot, and I said something about Ross Perot, and supposedly they're distant related.
All right.
So a
Interesting.
little fun fact back to the,
All
what,
right.
92 election.
Yes.
So second down. Probably another dislike on our video right there. Second down and 5 for the Centurions. Right back. And a lot of room to run here, and that is the athleticism and that Wall Tower possesses. And he seems to find space, and he runs well.
He's going to need a big ice bath when this one's over tonight, John.
Yeah, and he's limping pretty significantly.
They are using him up.
Now, granted, he runs faster limping than I would ever do, but
Yeah.
still.
It's a long season, though, to
Yep.
keep getting beat up like that.
Right back to Wall Tower, another completed pass, and another first down, I believe.
3 straight passes to Wall Tower.
Actually not, it'll be short of that. But once again, he's getting up a little slower every time. And you mentioned a long season. If your opening game trading this much paint,
No,
getting that many
look,
bruises.
trading this much paint, getting that many bruises, only having 27 on your roster, and then you got to turn around in the league and you got to face Lincoln.
And they were 0-4 in
Yeah,
last
no,
year.
I mean, their
Yeah.
league is no joke.
Yep. 5-7 a year ago was UC. Now this will be the
Oh, that's a
biggest run,
hold.
biggest run of the night for UC. They do get the first down. Valhalla did track it down. You thought there was a hold there.
Adnan got held on the end. 21, who's been playing really fantastic tonight. The tackle came out and just grabbed his arm and yanked his shoulder. Unnatural movement, and usually the referees will call that out on the edge.
Hezekiah Pavic on the carry, his longest carry of the night. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that.
Yeah, it is. and the Norsemen have played really good run defense
Exactly.
all night.
So first down, 8:10 to go here, third quarter. UC looking very strong. Of course, benefiting by that 15-yard penalty.
Quarterback's checking. He's going to the go. He sees press coverage down here.
And they'll go to Pavic.
Nope.
Pavic can be
Oh.
met in the middle by a wall of Norsemen, and Pavic will take his rushing average back the other way.
As an offensive coordinator, John, if my quarterback checks out of a play and does that for a loss, we are going to have a problem.
Yeah.
That's problematic.
Well, he did call him over this time and
Yeah.
maybe sorted some things out. Second down here for the Centurions.
Spreading him out. Here comes a slant to number 7 down here.
Great in the air. He does do what you say, and that is a completed pass to Skip Walltower.
They're actually very basic.
Yeah, they
You knew he's throwing the slant. He
Yeah.
walked out 5 extra yards to give himself room. Receivers only do that when they're running in-cut routes.
So third down here for UC. Obviously, 4-down territory for them. Down 27-7. Wall tower to the bottom of your screen. That's the guy you got to keep an eye on. They just make a pretty big habit of going to him. They'll go to the ground, though, this time, and Pavic could be actually just got about a yard. So that should bring up, well, we'll see where they mark that. And no indication. That'll be bring up 4th down, I believe. 4th down here for UC.
First off, even though UC's had success moving the ball down here, they've taken 5 minutes off the clock on this drive. The Norsemen are achieving everything they want using the clock to their advantage. They're playing the clock early. Just don't let them in the end zone. If they make this stop, this is the second UC drive that can get stoned this close to the end zone.
Now, I could have swore it would be 4th down here, but it says 3rd on the marker, and they'll go to the end zone. Bennett,
got him.
And Bennett is a completed pass, and that is a touchdown for UC. So this time they had Bennett from underneath, and he brought that ball in. So 5:59, we got a little difference in our game here, 27-13 at the current mark.
Yeah, they score. The Norsemen get the ball. I would look right now for anything tricky on kickoff. UC cannot afford to let the Norsemen run another 5 minutes off the clock. And they honestly can't afford Baker to bust another big run.
That's the other big question you bring up. Well, I'll bring up the question. You made the answer, and that is, can they stop Baker?
Yeah, I honestly don't believe they can.
PAT somewhat critical here, and it is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 12 now for Valhalla.
For UC to stop Baker.
Or 13, I'm sorry, I'm not good at math.
When did we get 27?
Because we missed the PAT.
Oh, got it.
Remember on the penalty.
Got it, yes. No, look, the only way they're going to stop Baker is they got to roll their free safety out from deep and put him at linebacker depth. They got to drop another guy in the box. If they don't put another guy in the box, Baker's going to have a field day. He's eating everybody's lunch out there right now.
Pate and Baker back deep for the Norsemen. It'll be Gunnar Gray kicking off for Valhalla, or for UC now. Once again, Valhalla in the 2 previous kickoff returns have ended up with very good field position. Gray not kicking the ball deep tonight in his 2 opportunities.
Okay, really big drive, too, for Luke Pillsbury to come out here and make sure he can control everything, getting the kids in and out of the huddle, making sure he takes care of the football, and make sure him and Baker can get all their exchanges really clean.
And they'll go back with a little short-range kick. And
somebody pick it up.
You have to field it.
It's a live ball.
And unfortunately, they don't. That is just not high football IQ. And UC gets probably the longest onside kick that wasn't meant to be an onside kick I've ever seen. And just like that, we're feeling pretty darn good about ourselves, and now we're not feeling so hot.
Wow. John, you were very, very nice when you said that was not high football IQ.
Well, I try to be a nice guy.
There are many other ways they picked it up. It's their ball.
And once again, remember what I talked about. You're always wondering, what's going to happen? What's the bad thing? Well, we've seen about as bad as you can imagine.
That's about as bad as you're going to get right there.
And I don't want to beat anybody up, but that is a mistake that you control.
Yes.
So right back at it. UC now, gosh, this whole game is flipped on its ear. And you talk about, can they stop Keegan Baker? They didn't have to. And they're going to go back to the air right away to Walden, and that's a touchdown in the back of the end zone. We'll see at the indication it is a touchdown. And I'll tell you what, that is the fastest turnaround. It is 20-27, folks. If you left the broadcast, you wouldn't know that. But if you know somebody who did, you might want to let them know. We got ourselves a football game.
Wow.
Well, Hutch, you coached young people for many years.
Yes, sir.
Not entirely that unusual to have some weird turn events in high school football.
I have spent many a nights on the sidelines for the Valhalla Norsemen and watching situations like that happen and experienced it live.
Yeah. And that is off the shin, I believe, and that is not good. So it'll stay a touchdown lead for Valhalla.
That
may be a big thing down the road.
That is really a big thing.
Okay.
Got a do-over.
As good as I was feeling, as concerned as I am now. All right, so hopefully you've coached some people up, talked about that being a live ball on the kickoff.
You can't make that mistake. You can't make that mistake. You make that mistake because you don't even watch football on the weekends.
Yeah.
You have to not be able to know the game to make that mistake.
Guys, I've been watching high school football for 36 years. I've never seen that before. I've seen it done, kid mishandled it, but never just watched it roll like that.
Gunner Gray to kick off for
All right,
UC.
man. Got to field it. He's not going to kick it deep. You got to field it.
And very similar, this is the other side. This one is handled by Valhalla. They're going to get a
vertical,
nice return out of it up to the 40-yard line.
Job.
Nice job there by Hussein Bakr for bringing that in for Valhalla. Valhalla will start on the 40-yard line, 5:46, third quarter.
Is a great job on a return by Hussein on that one. He did a great job catching it and getting vertical and got good yards. We used to teach a philosophy, if anybody pops the ball up, wave fair catch, even if you're not the guy catching the ball. Because anybody on the defensive team can wave fair catch, and the defense can't affect the catcher.
Exactly. All right, Valhalla's got to answer here. There's been a big turn of events in the last 30 seconds or so, a minute in this game.
That was about as fast as you can come back.
And we're going to get a quick timeout here, and that is called by UC, actually. We'll take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back here. Valhalla first down and 10 on the 41-yard line of UC. 5:46 to go third quarter. If you stepped away in the last minute and a half, it's been a tale of a couple mental errors here. UC climbing back in this game just within a touchdown. They'll go to the ground. Keegan Baker will twist but not get nearly the gains he's had so far tonight. He gets about a yard on that play. It'll bring up second down. A little chippy here after each play, so that could also factor in.
A little chippy.
Well, it did factor in, quite frankly. The last full drive for UC was benefited by a flag on Valhalla that gave him new life.
Absolutely agree with that assessment 100%, John. And ever since that penalty, the momentum has switched to the other side of the field. And that stuff matters.
Well, they gave him a very generous spot, and we'll take that. I think they gave him 3 yards on that. It'll be second down and 7.
Give him the ball a few more times in a row.
Baker, the single back with Pillsbury. They'll look to pass here. Pillsbury unloads one. That'll be a completed pass, and should be enough for a first down.
Really close, really close. It's right around. They might go for a measurement on this. Nope, they gave him the
that was a
first
real
down.
quick indication there. Aiden Washam on the reception for Valhalla. His first reception of the night.
Nice pitch and catch by Pillsbury. Washam turned around. He threw the stop. He hit him right between his numbers in the chest.
Once again, back to patient, huddled football there for Valhalla. 4:35 to go. Can run some guys in and out. Washam comes out.
That last big mistake absolutely gave UC life. You need to score here again to kind of put the pressure back on him.
So back to that two-back set for Valhalla. Sanchez. Actually, this is Baker right up the middle, and that'll be first down material. Very close for Valhalla. And you're getting that kind of
great
look.
First down run. Look, that's clean.
Sure.
He's coming downhill on that. He's not hesitating in the backfield. And he gave you 8-9 yards.
Yeah.
Do that a few more times.
Well, you talked about that two-back look, that the old school kind of cross-buck, cross-action, and then go right up the middle there.
Yeah.
It's from here it may not be that confusing, but when you're a linebacker, you don't necessarily know.
Well, especially if you're reading the cross back and you got to go step out of your lane.
Second down and about 2 for Valhalla. And they'll keep it Pillsbury. Nice read for him. That will be enough for a first down for Valhalla. And that's one of those times he actually pulled that ball out and kept it. Could have been a called one, but whatever the case, it was good.
Give the ball to 23.
Yeah, I know, but
he
hey,
gets
you got
paid,
that for
he
that.
gets paid to run. Give him the ball. Luke, you got to throw the hitches and give the ball to the running back.
And nice thing is this really gives your defense some time to stabilize a little bit and really the calmness maybe back with this team.
For sure.
Clock at 3:05 and running here in the third quarter, 27-20. Valhalla jumped out to that big halftime lead, 21-7, and came out with a big score, and then it kind of fell apart a little bit.
You put Gunnar Gray on the sidelines.
Baker again off the left-hand side, and he's just pretty much he's calling out how many yards does he want, and he's getting them.
For sure. And they're absolutely dominating on the line of scrimmage. That offensive line is just phenomenal this evening.
Well, this time he gets 6.5, 7 there, or 6 we'll say for Baker. And once again, this is where I wish we had a stat guy right next to us to tell us how many yards Baker has.
Yes. And again, giving some of the love for those guys up front. 77, Ibrahim. 79, Estrada Elijah. 74, Tyler Straub. They are all putting in quality work right now. 55, Anthony Steffen.
Sanchez and Baker behind. They'll go right. Actually, going to pull it out and pass. They got a completed pass. That's Miles Tomlinson. Of course, Tomlinson had a big catch earlier on in the game. And nice little chunk of change there for Tomlinson.
Good, easy. Again, a nice, good, easy throw, safe throw for Pillsbury. He saw him on the out. He threw it and hit him right between the numbers. Good job by the quarterback.
Moves the change. Another first down for Valhalla. 155.
And moving. That's the big one there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you do. I mean, you need an answer.
It's not an answer, but walk it to the end zone.
Sure.
Walk it on down.
Because you build that confidence back up.
Yes.
You stop doubting yourself if you can come down and score. 1:35 now counting here, third quarter, Valhalla. Go to the ground. Sanchez, nifty move up the middle,
nice,
off to the races.
This kid is
down
nice.
to about the 9-yard line. He is very quick.
He's nice. No, he's good, dude. He's good.
So they'll stop the clock just to move the chains, but once again, you're getting those yards, and you got to just be demoralized if you're UC because there's not much you're doing here to stop the run. And I tell you what, I know you love it. I love it.
Come on, this is a line coach's dream right now. They are literally standing here and just throwing blows, and it's beautiful to watch. It really is pretty to watch.
It is. It's fun. Keegan Baker actually
protect the ball, tuck that thing, and hold it tight.
And he's getting beat around.
Oh, he's going to end up in the end zone now, John. They're going to push the whole pile. Keep getting the whole
could
pile.
Be a whistle
Get
at some point.
They're in.
I don't know if there was a whistle out there anywhere, but they will say the ball's 1.5 yard line.
Did you see the offensive lineman saying this play is not over?
That's great.
That is statement football.
And hats off to Pillsbury holding on to that ball because how many times have you seen that not happen?
Absolutely.
Not with him. I'm just talking about quarterbacks in general. So that could be should be the last play of third quarter. We'll see if they try to hurry up one here. 25 seconds.
You're banging this thing right down to the goal line. Now just finish.
They're going to go right at it here with 18 seconds. Not a bad idea. You got them on their heels. Down to 15. Pillsbury in that shotgun there. 2 backs behind him. And they'll go to Baker. Baker off the left-hand side. Baker into the end zone. Touchdown, Norseman. Touchdown, Norseman. And I tell you what, no sentence feels better to say than that one. And Valhalla answers back in a big way. 33-20.
And they are wearing UC out on the line of scrimmage. Wearing them out. I have not seen that type of line play domination in a long time.
Yeah, not. You're absolutely correct. And it's just fun to sit up here when things are going well.
Oh man, it's good. It is good. It does make it fun for sure.
I haven't talked about things that are not important like apps and like what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. Because we have such good football to watch here tonight. Hey. Hats off to Coach Caston and this squad. He got him right back after that mental error and that touchdown and said, go right out there and let's do it.
Yeah.
Hats off to him.
And it was huge. It was a necessary statement drive.
Sure.
It was a necessary statement drive because you couldn't let them get close.
Yeah.
Because they were going to score if they came right back out. The
Yep.
momentum was starting to swing.
So PAT forthcoming. Kick is up, and it is good. I did not see that be good, but it is good. 34 rather to 20.
Yes.
Valhalla, 4 ticks left to go in the third quarter.
Man, that's huge. That is huge.
We will remind you, though, if you are a big fan of the Orange Nation, you should download that Orange Nation app. Use it regularly to find out what's going on at Valhalla. Of course, you can click right on the live stream button. And once again, stay tuned to subscribe to the Orange Nation TV YouTube channel. Weekly Norseman News Flash. You're going to have a bunch of special sports exposés by our Nate Polite. Follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle there, Nate? Nate C. Polite. And I have to say, Nate is very polite. So he's well named. Bet that never gets old, Nate. All right, so ready to kick off here at Valhalla. Back to a 2-touchdown lead.
2-touchdown lead, and you got to make those guys use up all their clock when they come down and score. You cannot give up a fast score. Cannot give up a fast score.
Deep kick. And that's bobbled.
It's on the ground.
And
It's
he's
still
going
on
to
the
try to
ground.
scoop it up, and Bennett's off to the races, but he's going to get punished for that.
Yeah.
Valhalla covers that well, and they almost returned the favor.
Almost.
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 That would have been nice, but nonetheless, Valhalla covers that. That'll be the end of the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. Valhalla on top, 34-20.
Here we go.
If you want to mark on your calendars, September 27th will be Valhalla's homecoming. We have not revealed the theme. That's still in the process of development. And,
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Whatever they pick. This is a good group of student leaders we have here at Valhalla. Not that
good.
they haven't always been good over the 11 years. They have been in their own little way, but this is a especially good group this year. President Brady Francisco's got that group of student leaders really doing well. But anyway, so keep that on mind. If you want to stop by, see some free fireworks on September 27th. Valhalla takes on Kearney that night. The Comets invade the land of the Norsemen. And I really hope Comets have gone back to those cool jerseys that they wore for so many years.
Oh, with the stripes on the arms.
Man.
Those
How
are.
do you get away from that tradition?
Those are pretty.
I didn't even grow up here, and I saw that quickly, that's a cool
Yeah,
tradition.
no, they had the cool unis.
All right.
The burgundy and the silver.
That's right. First down and 10 for UC. They trail by 2 touchdowns. They have a whole quarter to work with, and they have one of the best quarterbacks in the San Diego CIF section you'll see all year, and that is Gunnar Gray.
And I would care to wager also that number 7, Waltauer, will lead the county in receiving this year. If things go for them this season the way it's going right now, he's going to see a lot of balls.
And staying healthy.
Well, if he can stay healthy.
They'll go to the ground, and decent run there for UC. They've struggled a little bit on the ground thanks to Valhalla's efforts, but that's Pavic on the carry.
That was their best run of the night, and it wasn't Pavage. That was 21.
Oh.
And I'm not sure he was. He shot out of there pretty quick, but that was the first time they've run that play, that power off tackle.
Okay.
Looked pretty good for him. It's better than everything else they've tried so far tonight.
Well, they didn't even put him on their roster.
Wow.
Well, maybe I just haven't looked hard enough.
Could have changed a jersey. You never
Could've been.
know.
So second down and about 3 for UC. They go to the air, and that's Chang with the completed pass. He makes a nifty move, eludes a defender. That'll be enough for a first down for UC.
That's not going to get them back in. I mean, that'll help them out, but that they can do that, but they're going to burn 30 seconds, 35 seconds.
Their
of
opening
play.
drive took 7.5 minutes,
Yeah.
and they marched right down the field. But if that same math plays here, then,
They're
like you
gonna
said, it's not
They're going
enough.
to run out of time, yeah.
Wall tower to the bottom. They'll have actually Bennett in the top slot, and they'll put Chang and Wall tower. Those are the two most targeted individuals on the field tonight to the bottom of your screen. He'll roll to the left, and we'll see if he throws back. He does not. He targets Bennett out there. That's a completed pass.
And even though he completed that pass, that's pretty good coverage right there.
Yeah, Bashar Noah.
It's pretty good coverage. He's right on it. They get the short out. They get 5 yards. In the grand scheme of things, that doesn't hurt you.
Keeps the clock ticking.
Keeps it moving.
So second down, and the big right tackle we talked about for UC is going to come out of the game. He's limping. He's on his feet, but you can tell he's had a long night. Now you're the right tackle coming out. You got a new guy, fresh jersey walking in. So I probably
send
a little
extra
pressure,
guys at that guy. See if he can block. Testing.
Now they might have been flip-flopping that guy because I noticed. Well, I don't know. I haven't been watching the line all that much tonight, but
heat him up.
They'll throw underneath. That's a completed pass. And these non-chronological rosters drive me nuts, but that's Nathan De La Cruz on the reception.
That is good. Good.
I don't need an alphabetical order roster. I want a number roster. I'm not complaining. I'm just happy to have a roster.
I started to rewrite it.
You're smarter
by
than me.
position.
See, I dropped my pen. Actually, it's right there. I have no excuse.
Hey, 14-point lead. 9 minutes left. Oh, he moved in the slot.
So that'll move him back 5 yards. As you mentioned, 9:07 to go here, fourth quarter. So it'll be first down and 15 for UC.
Yeah, this one's going to be hard for them to go home with if they don't come back and win this game. But this is a good win by the Norsemen. And again, you got to start to make an announcement to the county. Where do you see yourself?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a player? You don't want to be a doormat forever.
Student section, full fevered pitch.
Getting
Gray rolls to his left. He's got a little bit of wheels on him. He'll get up to the original line of scrimmage, so he did pick up 5 yards. You can tell he's not maybe forced to run a ton, but not a bad runner.
No, not a bad runner.
You could definitely say I wanted that sideline. He's thinking about his future.
Yes, he for sure was thinking about his future right there.
So he got 6 yards on that scamper, so it'll be second down and 9 for UC. And stops the clock at 8:34. Now you think about Coach Caston. He's been an assistant. He's coached for a long time.
Long time.
Been a fixture at Monte Vista as a teacher.
Yep.
He's 8.5 minutes away from his first career win as a head coach. That ball's
wow.
a floater.
That ball's hanging. Get
and
it.
that was almost picked. And it was actually it is a reception
Come
to Chang.
on.
That ball was up there for a calendar year. That was how does that happen?
Ryan Perot's got to come down with that one. That thing's sitting there. That's your house call shot. That ends the game.
Sure. I thought it was almost thrown out. It just hung up there.
No, that wasn't one of his better passes at all.
So clock down to 8 now here in the fourth quarter. First down for UC into Norseman territory. Ball rests on the 46.5-yard line. They'll get pressure up the middle. They'll go underneath to Chang, and Chang can't hold it, and that'll bring up second down. Chang, I think, saw the traffic in front of him.
Yeah.
And,
well, the pressure makes a difference.
Sure.
Pressure makes the quarterback throw it before he wants to. The receiver's not getting it in the spot that they practice it at, and it changes everything.
I don't think one member of the Orange Nation is left tonight. I think they're all in here. Moms or kids are calling moms and extending that curfew a little bit tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Great a pass underneath, and he overthrew his intended targets there. A little bit of maybe confusion on those routes,
he's getting tired, John.
He is.
He's getting tired. You can tell.
I think it was intended for Chang, but Chang couldn't get out of the break, and there was a cross, and then there was
He didn't step into it. He didn't drive it. And, again, he's been pretty accurate on most of his short to mid-range passes. They've been pretty good.
So this is third down here for UC. They have to get the ball to the 37-yard line of Valhalla to get that first down. Of course, they're not going to be punting or doing anything here, so they have 2 downs to do it. Pressure coming up the middle. They handle it, UC does. That's a completed pass to Walltower. They battle. That'll bring up 4th down. Good coverage there by Valhalla. Nice catch by Walltower.
Nice catch by Walltower. Great defense by the Norseman. Again, you can relinquish the reception as long as you make the tackle and don't let them keep getting first downs.
And hats off to Walltower. Just an absolute warrior effort out there. He's been limping since about the second quarter, but
no doubt.
He's a gamer when the whistle, in between the whistles.
The problem with that, John, is this. Your quarterback and your one receiver are going to put up big numbers. You would hope that they're not going to feel satisfied by doing that tonight because they're not winning.
4th down for UC. Tosses it out there. That's a completed
make the
pass.
Play, make a tackle. That might be short.
It could be. That was completed to Nathan De La Cruz.
Wait, why don't wave him up? Where are they giving him the ball?
They're very
quick
on
first
those.
Down?
They're very quick on those. And he just eyeballed it and moved him forward.
That ball got spotted by the referee on the far sidelines. The referee on this sideline didn't even mark the spot. That's horrible.
Clock
That's
ticking,
horrible.
Under 6:50. UC with the new set of downs. Gray will throw underneath.
Close out.
Completed
There
pass
you
to
go.
number 21. And that is Thomas Jones. He is on the roster, Thomas Jones.
Again, his QB rating is going to be off the chart. But he's got, of his 25 completions, I would say 12 of them are for 5 yards or less.
Sure.
You can have them. Take them. Looks good on the stats.
It does. You're right. UC still very patient in the way they're running their offense. They're running pretty much the whole clock each time. He's got time. He's got a completed pass. And I think that's Walltower again.
It is.
So probably about the 20th reception for him tonight. And I may be exaggerating, but he's had a lot of receptions.
I don't think that's exaggerating at all.
I lost track.
No, he's at a ton. He's at a ton.
So that will be a first down again for UC.
I honestly, how many times did you see punted tonight?
Say what?
How many times did they punt tonight? Once?
Yeah,
Twice?
it was a quick kick.
Yeah, quick kick.
We just never had a traditional
twice.
punt.
Off the goal line.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
They'll throw it up for grabs, and it's going to go into the evening night.
Oh, pick!
Down. It's
Let's
picked.
go another way.
They get pushed out of bounds. Nice job there by number 4. That's Marcus Karabrock for Valhalla. And it looked like he was just throwing it up for grabs, got tipped and picked.
Got tipped and picked. There you go.
So I'll tell you what, 5:44. It's now the Keegan Baker show.
Absolutely. And I would even take the receivers off. Go double tight. Go big full house. Get big, play big, run right at him.
How many different ways can you hand off to him?
Yes.
Maybe direct snap. I don't know. Let's get creative.
Direct snap would be good.
Yeah, it would be. Little bring back the old Wildcat.
For sure. Look,
So they're going to spot him back. Was there a flag? Am I missing some things here? Because it seemed like he got a little maybe he stepped out going down the sideline. I don't know.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Just close this thing out. Don't give the ball back to him.
So 5:44, Valhalla back with the ball, 2-touchdown lead, trying to get their first win in over a year, and they're going to get a penalty 5 yards, trying to get that first win for Coach Caston and his career as a head coach.
Got to be careful. Got to maintain your composure. Right tackle jumps off there. But again, like you said, you got right now you're playing sticks to sticks.
Yeah.
You're shooting for the first down marker. You're playing to the first down marker.
Would it be tacky to say congratulations to Coach Caston?
All right, so 5:44, Valhalla. A little bit more to deal with here, but really the clock is what they're working on, not so much getting a bunch of yards here and there. And they'll go to Baker. Baker will move that pile, and he might be pretty close to that original line of scrimmage on that carry, so good job there. Actually, beyond that, I'm looking through a double play. Actually, it'll bring up second down, we'll say about 14.
And again, hey, John, the yards there doesn't affect you that much. Again,
No,
the clock
just
is
the clock.
running.
Yep.
Clock is running. Use one of these two plays. You got to get to that first down marker. Let's get to that first down marker.
And that clock does continue to expire at 5:15, or count down rather. And they'll probably snap this ball about 5 even, maybe a little under, depending on where their own internal clock. And they'll pitch to Sanchez. This has been a good play for him tonight. He can't get outside, but he can't get out of bounds. That's for sure.
He almost got there.
And he'll stay in bounds.
No, he got out. She stopped the clock.
So
it's a good run. It's a big run. Gets you down to about a 3rd and 5. That's a mistake, slight mistake by a back that hasn't carried the ball a whole lot, in his career. But I take the 10 yards. You got to remind him later, try not to get out of bounds towards the end of the game.
So 3rd down here for Valhalla. They'd love to get this first down and continue to salt away this game. 2-back set for Pillsbury. He'll send Sanchez in motion, and that'll be another flag on Valhalla. Trying to get a little creative there. Unfortunately, we're not procedurally correct, so that'll move back 5 yards, so make this a little bit more difficult on 3rd down.
And again, if you're trying to get first downs, it's hard to get first downs when you have 2 penalties on one drive costing you 10 yards.
Also, too, there hasn't been like an absolute ton of penalties tonight, but they've all been really at critical times and derailed both teams.
I would agree.
4:51 when they snapped this ball. 2-touchdown lead for Valhalla. 3rd down. And they'll go to Baker. Baker eludes one tackle, cuts it up. He's still in bounds. Running down the sideline, got the first down and more, and he'll be pushed out at about the 40-yard line. Big run by Keegan Baker.
That's
and most importantly, first down Norseman.
First down Norseman. Huge run by Baker.
I'll tell you what, that sideline grew exponentially because it was hard to stay in bounds.
Well, I think Keegan Baker showed that John, he's ready for the lights.
He is.
He came out tonight. I'm sure in his own mind he thought he was the best football player in the field tonight, and he's proved it tonight. He's played really well.
So they'll mark that at the 38-yard line, but it does not matter as the clock will tick under 4:25 right now. And your guess, prediction, Baker would be smart, and Sanchez gets the ball. You're just going to run the ball here.
Yeah, man.
I mean, why not? You've had success with it all night, and you just want to run that clock?
Run it. Keep doing it. They're doing well, man. You let your line win the game. They got you here. Let them finish.
Watching the sideline, it's they're on the edge of their seat there. I think got to get that win. I know you feel good about it, but it's not over.
Yeah.
Weird things happen.
The ball comes back to ready to go. It's true. This is crazy. It's a new rule then. Yeah, this year. 40-second clock is crazy. A couple new mechanics and everything.
Now, if we were real good, we'd go back and see when the last time Valhalla won. It was during the Bussy era. It was been.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been over a year.
That's a big wow.
It's been well over a year.
Yeah, well over a year.
They would have lost in the playoffs, but they probably won maybe Steel Canyon something towards the end of the year. So we're talking probably 11, 12 game losing streak, which I have to admit my high school at one time had a 40-game losing streak, so 12 is nothing, right?
Fortunately enough, I went to Westchester High School in L.A., and in my 2 years, junior and senior year, we only lost 2 games.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it was ridiculous. But I played with a bunch of Division I dudes on my team.
Yeah, well,
they were really good. Just as a frame of reference, my sophomore year, the best player on our team was a guy who's coaching in the NFL now by the name of Ken Norton Jr.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, he had a couple of guys with him that were all pretty good.
Pretty good.
They were pretty good back in the day.
3:34 to go. 3 minutes and 34 seconds separate Coach Caston from his first victory and the first win for the Orange Nation in quite some time. They'll go back to the ground. Baker pushing the pile. Once again, just
Protect
hold on
the
to that
ball,
ball.
protect
He's
the
protecting
ball.
that ball, and he's still standing after the whistle. Now, he's getting a little theatrical after those plays. He's going to have to watch that a little bit.
Dial that down.
Yep, just first game, man.
Dial it down. Celebrate and dance when it's over.
Of course, Keegan Baker, his older brother, had a lot of success here at Valhalla.
He did good.
And good athlete. So trying to make his own, and he has. He's made his own mark.
No, he has, and he broke out last year in that game at El Cap where he had 300 and infinity yards rushing.
Yep. So
I would care to guess, though, that he's close to 300 tonight, John.
third down and short. They'll go to Sanchez. Sanchez will get the first down into
Beautiful.
UC territory. Clock will tick, tick, tick once they set those things. 2:43 right now in the fourth quarter.
I will tell you, John, and that whole play is over. The one thing that stood out to me is number 65, Alan Kalasho, dropped a DB at the end of the play. Just putting guys in the ground because they can. Love good line play.
Tell you what, this has been an absolutely perfect Valhalla day.
Yeah, it's
Every
pretty
event
good.
we've had, this game going so well. Crowd right here. If you're a fan of the Orange Nation, today has been a good day. 2:18 to go. Baker up the middle. Baker 5, 6, 7, churning those legs. And he'll probably get about 6 yards on that carry. Bring up second down. That clock will continue to move.
Once again, Baker refuses to go down.
It's a great job by Baker. Again, I can't speak highly enough about the offensive line play. Give credit to Kyle Myron, the offensive line coach. Again, former student and a player at Valhalla High School.
And he told me he's exploring going into education.
Oh, good for him.
Second down. Most important thing, though, right now, 1:35 and counting down. Sanchez, about a yard and a half there. Actually,
He's one man away from breaking big
Yeah.
runs.
I like that he keeps his legs moving the entire time.
I like that. Look, that's not a kid I don't think anybody had on their radar coming in, John, and he's nice. He's nice. He's got a nice game. This point, you get the first down, you can take a knee.
Absolutely, because when they snap this ball, they'll be under a minute to go. I'm looking for Gatorade buckets. I'm looking for something here. But we don't even have a Gatorade bucket. They'd have to throw the whole water cart on them, and I don't think that's good. Third down. Baker, first down. Get the knee out to kneel this one down. That should do it. First down for the Norsemen.
There we go. That's game over, my man.
45 seconds, and now Coach Caston can stand on that sideline and look at his first win, career win as a Valhalla head coach.
That is a big deal. Big awesome night for the Norsemen. Again, big awesome night for physical football.
Biggest win for this team because, walking around that circle, not a lot of kids here thought they were going to win this year or win a game or any of that, and they won on their opener. So hats off to them. Take that, and there's a flag there. I would have just
They
gone
want
on
to say, yeah, man, take a knee. Get out of here, man. Let this one go.
Yep.
This is awesome. John Owens, thank you again. Year 7, my man.
All right.
It is a pleasure spending time talking football with you.
All right, Hutch is going to beat traffic. We'll count it down here with you, though. All right, enjoy your football Saturday. Good luck with all your coaching.
Thank you. I got it. We're going to win tomorrow.
All right, Haran Hutchinson join us on the broadcast tonight. Nate Polite directing the second half. Jonathan Putras directing the first half. Whole lot of Orange Nation hard work out there today on the cameras. Very proud to be a Norseman. If you want to watch the Odin's procession from this morning, and they do have a Gatorade bucket. Hopefully we can get a shot of that. I'm not sure if we'll get that moment if we're paying attention. And but anyway, Coach Caston about ready to get his first Gatorade bath as a head coach. So 17 seconds. They'll take a knee here. This will be it for Valhalla. There'll be a lot of happy people in orange as well as there should be. And there it is. Pillsbury takes the knee. The clock will run it out right here. And looking for that Gatorade shower. And they got him. There it is. That's got to feel good for Coach Cassidy. He gets 2 doses of Gatorade. And the crowd, most importantly, that scene you're seeing right there. That's pretty special. That team stuck with confident in themselves. Coach Caston coaching them up, getting that first victory tonight, breaking a little bit of a streak here. And I think this team's going to be fun to watch all season. We'll be broadcasting all those home games here on OrangeNationTV.com. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on a future broadcast. Take care.